This is a Fubar Radio podcast. You can subscribe to the app on Apple and Android. Visit fubarradio.com for more details.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Barry from Watford. Don't know where Angelos is. He should be here. Something's gone wrong. We're going to try a new jingle. Have a listen to this.
Angelos and Barry on Fubar Radio.
Yeah, it's not going to win any prizes, is it? But what about this one? Hold on.
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
That's the same with an echo. Well, it's... What are you doing? Where you been?
Oh, shut up, Barry.
Angelos is...
That's nice, isn't it?
He's fallen off a chair.
Cracking start.
That's a cracking start.
Chair's broken.
Where you been, more to the point?
Where have I been? Where have I been?
We're doing a show.
Listen, mate, some of us have got to sign on.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I
And
forgot.
it is my signing on in 2 offices day today.
Oh, okay.
And there is a traffic jam and I'm on the bus
Yeah.
and I'm shouting at the driver and I said, look, some of us have got to go to work.
To work,
you know,
exactly.
and sign on as well.
Yeah.
But I got it all done and here I am.
Well, that's the people at home can relax.
Oh, they can rest easy.
Did you sign on everything to do? You know, when they said you've got any work to report.
Yeah. I said, have you done any work in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think? I just lied, Barry.
Yeah, fair enough.
Just lied, mate.
If anyone's out there thinking of signing on and earning a little bit of
Working
cash
on the side, I can highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's a boon. It's an absolute boon.
Really is a boon.
Yeah, this is the Chemical Brothers.
Okay.
They've got fallen off a stool
It's
again.
gone totally broken.
I am sitting on a chair now. They've
It's
given
totally
me.
broken.
It's like sitting on the end of a pin. It's so small with my big bottom.
Look at this now.
This is the Chemical Brothers. Here we go. When does the singing come on? It's the longest intro ever.
That's all like, that's robot music, isn't it?
It's robot. This is the...
That's like just press play in the studio and then bugger off for about an hour and a half.
That is the music of the future.
Oh no!
Robots.
You got jetpacks,
Jetpack hover boots.
hover boots. Yeah. What else is in the future?
Oh,
Liquid food.
I was going to say that, or a pill.
Pill.
You take a pill.
Yeah, I mean, this is all just standard futuristic stuff, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, there's got to be some like new, like futuristic inventions, isn't there?
I would like a...
Yeah.
What would you like to see in the
Well,
future?
listen, I would like there to be, for me personally,
Yeah, for
because
you,
I can
yeah.
only go on what it is, what I
It's
want.
entirely your own
Isn't it?
opinion.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd like to see a travelator from one benefit office straight to the other benefit office. So you can just
Excellent.
stand on a walkway, and then if you are signing on in 2 different offices on the same morning,
Yes.
it won't make you late for work. The government should really, really think about doing something like that.
If there's anyone in from the government
listening. Michael Gove.
Gove, if you're listening, and I know he will,
Osborne.
because he likes to show McKeldry's come out later.
Well, Lembit Opit will be listening.
Lembit,
Can you do something about that, Lembit?
we're after a travelator
Yeah.
that goes from one benefit office to the
You know,
other.
like them ones that you get in the airport, save you
Yeah.
from walking, like from one end of the room to the other.
Yeah, that's reminded me. I'll tell you what I'd like to see on the issue of moving staircase travellators.
Yeah, that's your area.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to see invented by Clive Sinclair or any of the Professor
Alan
Heinz
Sugar
Wolf,
funding it.
Alan Sugar,
He's the money.
any of them people.
Heinz Wolf. Who's the
Heinz
other one
Wolf,
from
the other
the
Dr.
great...
Magnus Pyatt.
Yeah, who's the other one from the Great Egg Race?
Oh,
Or Now Get Out of That. I think that was Heinz Wolf.
Yeah,
Heinz Wolf.
Heinz Wolf. I would like to see something where
Brian
any-
Cox.
I love
yeah,
cocks.
physicist.
Love cocks.
I
you know
love
that.
cocks, yeah.
That's Harvard.
Yeah.
But what I would like to see.
Depends on the cocks, but I do.
I like Brian Cox. I like Alan Cox.
I like both the Brian Coxes.
I like the bloke Cox who scored for Orient this weekend, last weekend.
Who?
What's his name? Dave Cox.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, the point is,
Right.
I would like to see an automatic arm that comes out for any of our northern cousins who come down to Euston Station
Yes.
and don't understand the system of standing on the right. On the escalator, we'll insist on standing on the left in every one fucking way.
Yeah.
What don't they understand? I mean, every 10 foot there's a sign that says, please stand on the right.
Do not stand on the left.
What don't they understand about
I can only presume that they don't read.
Of course they don't.
They don't read. Speaking of travel, you
Yes.
see all the futuristic stuff seems to be about travel and how we can improve.
That's the future, yeah.
Improve travel.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think, it doesn't take a genius to work out the improvements, and does it?
Yeah, absolutely right.
So I like here on a Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
When you're on the train, maybe you're going to, I don't know, maybe you're going to Liverpool.
You go to
and
Liverpool.
you're going to Liverpool from London.
That's it.
And you just happen to be on the train with some football people.
Football enthusiasts.
Enthusiasts. And they're all drinking their Fosters.
Yes.
And they're getting drunk and they're shouting.
Yes.
And they're noisy.
Yes.
I think at that point, someone should be on the train with a gun and shoot them.
Well,
And in the future, I'd like to see that.
if that makes you reactionary. Guilty.
Yeah.
Guilty.
Oh, so shoot me.
So shoot me.
No,
Well, don't shoot you.
me.
Shoot
No,
them,
shoot
sort of
them,
thing. Yeah.
'cause that's the future.
If it's wrong to want to see women and children who are making a noise on the train forcibly ejected
Yeah.
as the train's moving.
I'm
sorry.
Oh, put me
Put me
up
in
in front
stocks.
of the judge, mate, because, all right, well, don't put me up in front of the judge. Just convict me.
Yeah.
Just convict me. Just send me down.
You know, if it's wrong
Yeah.
that, you get on a train, stroke tube,
Oh, yeah.
and I've stroked the odd tube in my time.
I know.
And someone comes on and sticks their horrible feet that have been walking in dog muck
Oh, yeah, that's
on
it.
the
Chewing
seat,
gums.
chewing gums.
Yes, the Fosters in there.
The dust,
Muck.
they've got mucky,
Muck on it. Cider on it.
cider on it, cigarette butts on it,
Vomits.
scabs, sticky scabs that have fallen down people's trouser legs in
and
Oxford
gone
Street.
onto their shoes.
Put on a seat
on the tube.
for me and my wife to sit on. If that makes me wrong to want them have,
what?
red hot pokers stuck in their eyes so it
see.
singes their cornea.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
guilty,
I'm
mate.
guilty.
Guilty.
I
Absolutely.
mean, not you, Kit,
Guilty. Yeah.
but I mean,
That's
that was one
radical.
of their policies, wasn't
I
it?
know, and they got in on that.
Yeah,
so we are not alone.
Branding people on the cheek
Yeah.
with a red hot
Poker. Saying no to Europe.
no to Europe.
Yeah.
And if you, that's one of their policies.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
if you are seen buying a croissant or one of them Frankfurter sausages, which we all know aren't sausages, be branded on your cheek.
Just say, I am a twat.
Yeah, I'm a
It
twat.
says that on the cheek, doesn't it?
And they've even got one made in French.
Je
Je
suis un
suis un
twat.
twat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Is that the future? That's not the future, though, is it? That's happening now. And sadly, that is happening now.
Sadly, that's happening now. You see, so
Where do you
sad.
stand on Europe?
No, I'm not going to say that. Where do I stand? Well, I've met some nice Europeans.
Say that.
When we went out to Spain, we went out to southern Spain.
Oh, yeah. And you met Roger and Brenda, didn't
Yeah,
you,
from
from Newcastle?
and they were lovely
they were
Europeans,
lovely.
weren't they?
Very nice.
And there was a couple of times we went camping in Wales,
Oh, yeah.
and a French fellow walked past us on the way to the shower block, and
Yeah.
he went bonjour, and then he went, oh, hello, and I never saw him again
Yeah,
after
he-
that. But it was he made an attempt to integrate.
He recognised his mistake. mistake. As soon as he addressed you as bonjour.
Well, I got everyone rounded up and we surrounded him.
Yeah,
He
what we
made-
like burning torches.
Well, that
and
sort of thing.
buckets of melted tar.
That's it, and someone managed to get some
Burning
antifreeze
oil.
and throw it at him.
Yeah.
And it was a mistake, and he apologised.
Yeah,
and
no,
never saw
fair
him
enough.
again. He
No,
said,
but that's it. That's what you want. All you want is an apology.
"Is it so much to ask?"
Is it? Coming over here, saying bonjour.
You're using our shower block.
Using the shower block on the camping site
So,
in Wales.
you know, the least
wandering
you could-
about in their little flip-flops,
Block.
little shorts with no top on,
on.
and a towel draped around their shoulders.
Having the gall,
Yeah,
shoulder gall.
Pun intended.
yeah,
Pun
the gall,
intended.
pun intended,
Yeah.
to have a relatively nice flat stomach.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're over here, mate,
Yeah,
fatten yourself up a bit.
exactly. Eat a few chips, mate.
Eat a few
Eat
chips.
a couple of eggs.
And don't greet people on the way to the shower block. for a
Whatever
kick.
you do, for God's sake, don't say hello.
What are you, some kind of
Yeah, what are you,
European
lunatic?
lunatic?
Just nod or look at the floor.
Look at the floor.
Utter embarrassment.
God, blimey. I mean,
These people make
they
me
come over
sick.
sick. Now we've got, talking of Newcastle, we've got Joe McElderry coming on. Do you remember him?
Well, he's off X Factory, isn't he?
He's off the X Factory, and he won it, didn't he? Win it?
Yeah, he won it. He won it.
He
yeah.
auditioned for the X Factory with his version of Luther Vandross's "Dance with My Father."
All right.
Not sure I like the sentiment of that one. But we've also got DJ Tom Loud in the studio.
Brilliant.
And Nadia Essex. It seems that every week we have to have someone with an Essex. Don't
Oh,
shrug your
who's
shoulders and look at
been
me. It's all
in
written down. Nadia
Essex.
Essex. And she is a reality star. You see, she's going to be on a television. We've had, who have we had on this show from? We've had
Essex.
Ard from Essex.
Oh, from Essex. We've had Bowers, I presume he's
Bowers
from
from
Essex.
Essex.
We've had Kenzie from Essex.
Kessie from Essex. We've had David Essex.
David Essex.
The
We've had
Duke
Joey
of Essex.
Essex.
Joey Essex.
We've had the Essex Road.
The Essex Road, where the
Yeah.
whole county of Essex got
Yeah.
pushed in there. And that's who we got on today, three people. But in a minute, McElderry, who was going to come into the studio, I seem to remember. He's
He
on
was,
the
there was
phone.
some talk of that.
He's on the phone, McElderry.
Oh, he's on the phone, is he?
Yes, the ladies are nodding. He is on the
Oh,
phone.
well, look, we'll have to find out where he's calling from,
Yeah.
what he's up to today, and what he's having for his dinner. Those are the three things
And
that I want to
We
know.
will also try and introduce him, being a chanteuse, to the joys of some of these wonderful songs. This is what we've had a word about the playlist.
We've had it. Used up a bit.
We've had it rejigged,
Yeah, revamps.
revamped.
What have we
and
got now?
You're going to love this because this is what you put on your wish list. Oh, my God. It's Falco, Rock Me Amadeus.
Oh, yeah, this is a song,
Yes,
isn't it?
this is a song.
Now, this is a proper song.
This is German. No, that's German. Oh, no, come on. Amadeus. Come and rock me, Amadeus. Amadeus, Amadeus. Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. Amadeus, Amadeus. Amadeus. Come and rock me, Amadeus.
I'm writing
Bye.
a song like that, all about Beethoven.
Beethoven,
Beethoven, rock me, Beethoven.
Beethoven, yes.
Take me up the path, Beethoven. Let's go to the offie, Beethoven. 2 cans of Stella, Beethoven.
Cans of Stella.
1 bottle of White Lightning, Beethoven. It goes like that, really. Just about getting pissed with Beethoven.
Yeah, it's almost a blessing that he was deaf.
Yeah.
To hear that.
Well, I think that's your fitting tribute to him.
A fitting
Anyway.
tribute to him. And talking of music and musicians, please welcome the winner of the X Factory, Joe McElderry. Joe, are you there?
Oh,
I am, yes.
Joe,
Hi,
it's
Joe.
so nice to hear your voice after all this time.
Thank you very much.
Well, are you? Well, have we phoned you in up northeast? You in Tyneside?
I am. I've got two shows up here tomorrow, so I'm at home at the minute, having a nice day off for one.
Oh,
Nice.
What are you spending your day off, mate?
Well, I'm doing quite a few interviews, and then I'm gonna maybe go for a little run later. Yeah.
Oh, you like to keep fit, do you, Joe?
Yeah, I do. Well, you have to when you're on the road, because otherwise I feel like if I stop, then I'll start to get ill. You know, when you're busy and then you stop.
I know.
Well, I know when you're busy. He don't do nothing. Angelos is very rarely busy.
Yeah. Do you eat well on tour, Joe, or do you just stuff yourself with chips and pies?
I'd love to do that. I would love to do some pies and chips.
I would love
all
to
day.
watch it.
But, but no, I try to. I mean, it doesn't always happen. I do sometimes have a late night McDonald's after the show, but
Why not,
I
Joe?
try and eat healthy.
Why not? You know, you've heard it, mate. You're touring all around the country, all around the world, doing your singing. You have yourself a little McDonald's now and again, mate. And I hope that by saying their name on this radio station, you can walk in there and have one for free any time you want.
Well,
mate.
let's hope so.
Well, I hope so.
Now, you are touring with your Set Your Soul Alive tour.
Yeah.
50 to 60 dates? Oh,
60
blimey,
dates, yeah.
you're a glutton for punishment, aren't you?
Oh, mate.
What?
Well, I did think at first it was going to be quite grueling and hard, but
Yeah.
actually, once you get past the first 2 weeks, it's been fine. It's been really good fun.
That's it, mate. That's it. And what you singing? You singing all your albums?
Yeah, all the albums, some of the classical stuff, some of the pop stuff, some of the favourites that people will know from along the way off each album, and it's just a really fun show, actually. It's if you just want to come and listen to kind of nice slow songs, there's an opportunity.
I like
if you want to hear
that.
the classical, you can, and then there's a big part of the show where it's like a massive pop concert where you can sing and dance along, and the audience are really involved in the show. So it's I think there's something there for everyone.
When you say classical, what do you mean?
No, you're a classical singer, Barry.
It's not.
Well, I did.
He is, Barry.
Well, I did Pop Star Opera Star, the TV show.
There you go.
And where I had to learn to sing opera, basically.
That's it.
And then I released an album after that with some classical stuff on, so there is some classical in the show.
What
Joe.
sort of thing? Ness and
I
Dormer?
was going to say Ness and Dormer.
Ness and Dormer,
The
Time
Old
to Say
Spice
Goodbye.
advert. You do
and a
the
few
Old
others.
Spice one. The Old Spice advert.
The which one?
That's called, that's
Carmina's
called,
Oh, I
Bananas.
don't do that
Caminas
one.
Bananas.
Yes.
Caminas Bananas.
Do you do that one, Joe?
No, I don't.
Well, you might
wanna
want
do
to. You might
it.
want to think about it.
I might try it. I might try and learn it.
Yeah.
What about the entertainer? It's Joe McElderry on the stage. Yes,
You
forget
do
that.
that. You don't do that one. So, how long are you on the stage for, Joe?
I probably do between an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Oh,
get out.
50 times 50 times 2.5. That's over 100 hours of singing,
It's
Joe.
over 100 hours of singing.
Oh my God!
What?
How do you keep your voice
Yeah.
not getting knackered?
Well, we do 4 shows in a row, and then I have a couple of days off, and then 4 again.
Clever.
So you just have to not talk too much, not shout too much.
Oh.
I can't drink alcohol when I'm singing.
Right, see.
What about when you're not
so
singing?
yeah, you have to be strict.
Yeah.
What about afterwards? After the show, do you get lagered up?
Well, after 4 days of the shows, when I know I'm off for a few days, I can have a few drinks then, but I can't have them in between shows.
I bet you go mental, don't you,
of course
mate?
he does.
I bet
Nicky
you go
Brown.
mad, don't you?
Well, it would be nice to have a glass of wine after the show, but to be honest, it keeps us, in a way, it forces us to be healthy because I know that I can't do it, so it's great.
Well, I think there's a lot of nonsense spoken about. I mean, me and Angelos.
Yeah.
What do we have? About 4 pints and
During the show.
during the show, and
We're still bang on
we're
notes,
still
mate.
there. Now, what I want to know is, because I
Yeah.
noticed, of course, Cheryl Cole was your mentor.
Oh, yeah, got to
Yeah.
ask about her.
Do you still see her? What's she up to? And has she still got them flowers printed on the bottom?
Right, well, we'll start from the end one. I don't know about the flowers because I don't see that part of her body.
Okay,
Okay.
I can tell you that she has, but carry on.
Okay, if they,
But I imagine if you get a tattoo, it's there for life, isn't it?
Well, that is true, Joe. So we can make an educated guess about that one, right?
Okie
But I don't. We do still speak to each other. I don't see her very often.
No.
Because we're both busy, and she spends a lot of time in America and stuff, and it's just quite hard to catch up. But we do still speak to each other every now and again.
Okay.
But yeah, she's lovely. You know, she's a very nice lady.
She's a nice girl. She's an English rose, isn't she? The nation has fallen in love with her.
Definitely. She is an English rose, and she's got various English roses on her own. What about, very sad to see that the guest mentor for you was Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
That's a tragedy, really, but I won't dwell on that because that's a bit miserable. But how was she when you met her? Because we only saw the highlights, didn't we, of her, with you. Was she useful? What did she teach you?
She was a really, really nice woman. So sad, to see how kind of a victim of our own success in a way, I suppose.
Yeah.
But really sad, and she was lovely. We filmed the masterclass she did in the Dorchester Hotel in London, and she came in, she spent time with everybody, she was talking to everybody and really kind of giving them good advice about singing, not just like, oh, that was nice. It was all very technical, and she knew what she was talking about, I mean, she's been there and got the T-shirt. Yeah,
you're a master craftsman.
Yeah.
And do you still watch the X Factor, Joe?
I do, yeah. I mean, I used to be like, before I went on the show, I used to watch it every week. I don't kind of watch it every week, but I always know what's going on. I always watch it on iPlayer or YouTube and make sure I know who's in the live finals and stuff, because it's interesting, it's good to see who's kind of doing well and stuff.
I mean, after you win the X Factor, that is when the hard work begins, isn't it? Because it's difficult to sustain a career, isn't it, in this game?
100%. I mean, the thing is after coming off a show like that, where you're in people's faces every single day, the whole time you're on the show, obviously it's impossible to maintain that kind of level, because you're part of a brand, which is X Factor.
Well,
but I've been fortunate, to be able to, 5 years down the line 5 years is quite long in the music industry, so. 10's my next game, and then I'll aim for 20 after that.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, this is it, Joe. I mean, we're just looking through your stuff here. You've been very successful indeed.
Classic Christmas went gold in 1 week and sold 550,000 copies. He done Prince Charming in Pantom, forget that. He's touring with that 50 to 60 dates. You've done a lot. What was this one here? Best Newcomer, BT Award for Best Newcomer, Brit Award, Best Single for The Climb, which I like.
We like The Climb. Yeah. And do you think, Joe, that you get the credit that you deserve?
Oh, good question.
Thank you, Barry.
Well, I think you can spend a lot of time trying to seek credit, or you can just get on with your job and make sure you're good at what you do. And
good question.
Just do that.
Cagey answer.
Yeah.
In other words, no.
I spend a lot of time seeking credit, Joe. I must say that's the route I've gone down.
Oh, you do, don't you? Family credit.
Yeah.
Job seekers credit.
Allowance. Yeah. Housing benefits.
Everything. Always ask any credit you can get.
Oh, yeah. Credit from the news agents up the road.
Fruit machine. Credits.
Even though they say to me, don't ask for credit because they're smacking the mouth off and offends you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joe, we're going off the subject here.
We're going off piece.
What about Simon Cowell? What do you think of him? I think he's a twat. But that's just
he's
me.
A prick, isn't he?
That's just me.
Joe. Fess up.
Simon's Simon's a businessman, and Simon does what he has to do. But he's an all right guy. When I worked with him when I was signed with Psycho, I got on well with him, and if I ever seen him now, it would be the same. So he was never a friend of mine, but he more a colleague, I would say.
Yes,
but he's just in it for the money, Joe. Surely, not the art and the craft like what you is.
Or what we are.
Yeah, but I mean, that's if he wants to, if that's up to him, that's his. I mean, you'd have to ask him, but that's his principles, isn't it?
Well, that's where I asked him to come in.
But it seems so unfair that someone is just in it for the money, sits in judgment of all these talented people like Wagner.
Oh, yeah. Wagner.
He was good, wasn't he, Wagner?
Good. Wagner was good.
Wagner. Who's been your favourite one of those weird acts on X Factor?
Well, I lived with Jedward for 6 months, so you can imagine that was pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if only
And
that spread to the screen.
They're actually lovely boys as well.
Yeah.
You
know, I was in an hotel with Jedward and they come down for breakfast and the pair of them looked like they were just like zombies.
Did they?
Yeah, they did.
What did they have for their breakfast?
They had...
Healthy, no doubt.
No, they were English.
Did
They
they?
did have full English, yeah.
That's right.
Maybe that was the reason.
But I remember that house, was it Hampstead or something? People used to climb up, didn't they, onto the gates and all that to see.
Yeah, they used to, I mean, we weren't allowed to go out the house in the first couple of weeks, so it was a bit
It's
dangerous.
insane, isn't it, Joe?
I tell
It's
you what,
ridiculous.
when we leave this studio, me and
God,
Angelos,
so difficult.
oh, the
Tinted
birds out
windows
there,
we need.
There's all really, and all the fit ones as well, not ugly
not
ones.
just ugly birds,
Not just
there's really
ugly,
good-looking
proper
ones.
good-looking birds.
Yeah.
And they want a piece. Now,
Yeah.
I'm happily married. Angelos is
I'm playing the field,
playing the
thank you.
field. And so we haven't really indulged.
No.
But
No. But you, Joe,
you, son, fill your boots, mate.
you take what you like,
You
mate.
take what you like.
Do you get a lot of people waiting for you backstage, Joe, saying, you know...
Stage door Johnny's.
Yeah, that's it, stage door Johnny's. Do you
Yeah,
have to
this is, you know,
shine
it's
a lot
really
of
nice.
things?
But I think it's really nice to do that because it's nice to see what people think of the show. You get feedback off people, and
Yeah.
it's nice to meet people as well. You know,
That
and
is
spend time
true.
with people that have supported you.
That is true,
that
Joe,
is
but
true.
most of the people that hang around backstage are lunatics.
Yes.
And they're just going to say
Oh, you
nice
can't say
things.
that.
I can, because I've met a lot of them.
Yeah, he has been one for quite a lot of time.
For a long time.
When Kinky D used to go on tour, he used to go
exactly.
and stand up. Do you ever go to the stage door, Joe, and go, I'll have you, not you, you. Do you want to come back and meet the band, sort of thing?
No, I don't do that.
Good on you, Joe.
Good on you, mate, because, you know,
Yeah.
we did that and we had a
God.
whole studio full of misfits and nutcases.
Took 3
and
days to get rid of
Couldn't
them.
get rid of them. They couldn't find the door. They were that stupid. Joe, now listen. Tell me, you're doing the show.
Yeah.
Where you gonna be?
Where are you going to be next?
We are, so we're up north for 2 days now, up near Newcastle. We're doing 2 shows, and I'm going to Lancaster and Buxton. And
Nice.
then to be honest with you, I haven't got a clue where I'm going next, but you can check the dates on joemckelveyofficial.com, and they're all on there. And we carry on doing shows right the way until the end of June.
Oh,
Brilliant,
mate.
And
Well,
then
you
got
were
some
our
time off.
favourite because we've hated some of the
We've
people,
had
but
some
you
terrible
were.
guests on here, but you
Oh, we
have
had
been
some bad guests on
fantastic.
here. You're one of the best guests we've had on here, mate.
Thank you so much,
thank
Joe.
you.
Thank you ever so much for coming
We
on,
wish
mate.
you all the best. Really,
Pleasure. Thanks
honestly.
for your time.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
thanks, Joe. Bye
Bye,
now.
Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Bye, Joe.
Bye.
mate.
Wasn't he nice?
Bye, mate.
Ever
Yeah.
so nice.
Lovely.
This is another one you requested. 2 in a room.
Oh,
Oh no, it's not. It's I want to give you devotion. I
Yeah.
pressed the wrong.
no, this is one of yours, isn't it?
This is one of mine.
I
By
give you devotion.
it's by Nomads. I want to
Nomads.
give you devotion.
I like that, Nomad.
By Nomads.
Nomad.
Nomads. I give you
So,
devotion.
Eskimos, they're nomads, you know.
Oh, that's right.
They travel around the ice pack.
Inuit.
Inuits.
Who are you calling an Inuit?
Yeah.
And there'll be more hilarious
That sort of
jokes
stuff.
like this coming up after Nomads. I want to give you
Devotion.
devotion. Here we go. That's suddenly
Nomad.
Nomads. I want to give you devotion. Nomads.
I'm still eating me cake, Harry.
Do you know what? I've picked up the Watford Observer.
All right.
Oh, that's nice. I bet
Yeah.
that makes everyone hungry at home.
Still eating me cake.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Talking of foods,
It is nice.
I got here earlier, and I was a bit early, you see, while you
And
were
I was
signing
late.
on. No, go on. And I went round the corner to have a sandwich, a
Yeah, why
bacon
not?
sandwich.
Why not?
Free country.
Good dinner.
And Anthony went in and asked the bacon sandwich, and the geezer, I think he thought I was someone else.
Oh.
Because he was all extra friendly, and as we've already established in this show, if you're British, The general demeanour is to be slightly on
offhand.
guard, offhand, sort of thing. Anyway,
Offensive,
rude, cold.
Rude, I would say, rude.
So he goes, oh yeah, and I said toasted white bread. Obviously, I'm not. I don't know foreign muck,
exactly.
white slice. and all that.
Not a vegan muncher.
I'm not a vegan muncher.
Don't know what that means.
Don't know. So I says, and he said something else, but because I was so English, I went, oh yeah, okay.
She didn't know what
I
he
don't know
said.
what he said. However, when
Did you find
the
out?
meal comes to the table, cup of tea and a bacon sandwich
Why
and a white
not? It's up to you, isn't it?
Inside the bacon sandwich, this geezer has added melted cheese. Well,
What are you going to do?
presumably that's what I'd said yes to.
Yeah.
Why he asked me out of all, the
Anything that
ingredients,
he could have put in there.
he said
Brown
melted cheese.
sauce, red
But you know
sauce,
what?
yellow
It
sauce.
was a boon. It was
Was
an
it?
absolute
An unexpected boon.
It was a boon.
It was a boon.
It was a boon.
It's an unexpected boon.
And I looked at the skies and I thought, I've got here early, I've made a mistake, but God's bounty was shining down. God's bounty.
God's bounty.
With some melted cheese. And,
Absolutely. I'm trying to think of a time when
God's bounty
has shined on
its
me.
heavenly light.
Yeah. I can't think of one single occasion.
I'll tell you one.
Go on.
I got on
God's
the
bounty.
wrong bus going to Garston near Watford the other week, and I was so cross with myself.
Oh, no, I thought of one.
That's
Go
it.
on.
And as I'm going there, I'm thinking I'm late. All that. I'm late. I'm not going to get to. We're going to meet. Reg.
Yeah.
I used to live next
you're
to
my
it.
Reg, yeah.
We're going to meet at the pub.
Yeah.
So I'm on the wrong bus.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I'm thinking, God, blimey, just my luck. I've got to be home soon anyway. It's all going wrong. And as I got on the bus, I saw a lady, and she opened up her legs to move her Tartan shopping trolley, and I caught a glimpse of her
Undercarriage.
And I looked up at God and I said, God,
Thank you so much.
thank you. You have shined your heavenly light.
Thank you. It just gives you a little boost.
A boost.
Yeah, get you through the week, doesn't it?
You know, and that is imprinted on my brain.
Yeah,
That lady's.
and that will never be removed. Here's one for you,
Agenda.
right? Also, similar, because I was on the tube,
Yes.
right, and I'm thinking, oh dear, I haven't got much money to get to the next stop that I need to get to,
That's
you
it.
know. So I could get there, but I couldn't get back because the Oyster card was like running really low. So I'm thinking to myself, what the bloody hell am I going to do? Because I don't get my dough checked for another, 3 days.
Oh, God,
So I can't top up the Oyster card, right? But there's this 70-year-old disabled woman, right? She's on her frame, she's leant over, right? And just standing up because it's a full carriage.
I understand.
That's what I'm saying? Right.
I know what you're going to say.
And then she gets off at the next stop.
And as she
And
does.
as she does, she drops her Oyster card.
And you looked up to the
And
sky.
I looked up to the lady and I said, and I looked her straight in the face.
Yeah.
And I said nothing.
Yeah.
And she got off. I picked up her Oyster card. Well, there was 40 quid on it.
Well.
And I looked up to the Lord and I said, God, every now and again, you just show us your might and your omnipotence.
Yes.
And you shine your light upon us.
Absolutely.
And I just had that little moment to myself just to think, I'm a lucky sod.
Do you know what?
What?
The other week, my Margaret done her cheesy leek bake.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it disagreed with me. I don't know whether I had some sort of gastro problem.
Maybe.
I get in the bath. I farted.
Yeah.
I thought I followed through. I looked down, but no, it was wind. I looked up to God and I says, thank you for not making that a wet one. And
Thank you, God.
a voice come down. Don't worry about it. It's that Turkish bloke lives upstairs from her.
And you're knocking on the floor.
Yeah, idiot. Anyway, in the Watford Observer, God has...
There will be more tales from God's bounty. Little bit later on in the show.
A little bit later on, we'll be having more tales from
God's bounty.
A generation ago, every child knew the only way to save Tinkerbell was to clap their hands as hard as they could.
Oh, yeah.
But today, that simple expression of joy is a mystery to youngsters. A Watford showman, Mark Foote, is going to launch his own circus, but he says this, and this is utter bollocks. You wouldn't believe...
Is that what he says in the paper?
That's what God said in the Ten Commandments.
Yeah.
He said, thou shalt
not open
swim...
your own circus, mate, in Watford.
Thou shalt not open a circus in Watford.
In Watford.
This bloke, Mark Foote, claims you would not... This is nonsense. You would not believe how many hundreds of children I've met who don't know how to clap. Utter rubbish.
How many children has he met that don't know how to clap? What's he talking about?
Maybe when he puts on his shows, there's a reason no one's clapping.
Yeah.
They all know how to do it.
Exactly.
It's because he's shit, mate.
Shit. Listen, and is that the first question you ask a child? Just clap for me, will you? You just clap, and then they just go, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. I mean,
don't know how to do it.
It's absolutely.
What
anyway,
nutcase.
This man from Watford is determined.
How's he got in the paper?
He's going to open Chaplin's Circus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, it gets worse. An animal and clown-free show with a difference.
Well, I ain't going to that.
Is the difference...
It's
not very
funny.
good. I mean...
What's he got in it, then, if it hasn't got animals or clowns in it? What's the point of it?
There'll be some left-wing punk rocker up on a tightrope when they'll call it a punk circus.
That's right.
Which is the same as any circus.
Banging on about Europe.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a circus, all right, mate.
What's in it?
A media circus.
A media circus.
Yeah.
Hold on. He trained as a plumber, this bloke.
Oh,
He's
right.
never worked as one. Instead doing street shows and Covent Garden.
What, like doing demonstrations of pipe fitting?
No wonder
in
no
Covent
one's
Garden.
clapping. No wonder. Anyway, he's going to open a circus. I can't believe there's the market for a circus, particularly one without clowns and animals.
There's no market. They are your cornerstones.
Of course they are.
The cornerstones of the circus industry.
I mean, when you went to a circus and it starts and the ringmaster comes out, you don't go, oh, I cannot wait for a pretty lady to come on and do a bit of bending. You're thinking, where's the clowns?
No, exactly. I tell you, I do not crack a smile until I see a dwarf.
Oh, yes.
You know, I think, yeah, okay, the anticipation's fabulous, and they really know how to sell the show here. That's good. That's good, but anyone can do that. And then out they come.
Oh, the little fellas.
Yeah. With a bucket full of confetti.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, they get whacked on the head. Yeah. You know, lifting things that are far too big for them. And they fall over, fall into the front row, then they get picked up, chucked round the ring, and I am in stitches.
That's fired out of a cannon.
Oh.
I mean, I saw...
Oh, it's funny.
It's funny. That's
funny.
That's
it's
what people want.
It's funny.
I mean, I love that the old dwarf comes out. Yeah. I remember seeing it was a bloke on stilts would come with him, Tall Paul and Short Ass would come on. That was ever so funny, lovely act.
Yeah.
And then something like a horse that comes on and counts, does maths, and it stamps his foot. That sort of thing. Of course, that's done with electric shocks.
Yeah. But whatever gets the result.
You know, little monkeys chattering away. Of course, we know that means they're scared, but it looks like they're laughing or talking, doesn't it?
No, they're being poked with a poker.
Well, it's entertainment.
It's funny,
the show must go on.
Whatever it takes to get the result. You remember, not so long ago, there was a spate of...
what would you call it?
What would you call it? I'm going off track here with the circus thing. There's a spate of... Let's call them photographs. That appeared in some newspapers.
Yes.
And they were photographs when ladies got out of cars.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Looking straight into the new year.
See their knickers.
Knickers and that.
Well, apparently there was a dwarf photographer
No.
That used to lie in the gutter, wait for them to get out the motor, and then they would take photographs.
You're joking.
They'd take photographs of their up their
It's a
skirt
job,
and the
isn't it?
knickers in their bum, right? And his name was Paparazzi.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Paparazzi.
Oh, my goodness me.
Yeah. How about that?
God, blimey.
So they do have their uses.
Now, of course they use circuses and taking photos
of
up
women's
ladies' bums.
Yeah.
Well, here,
Go on.
this is what I wanted to ask, and I've forgotten what... Oh, yeah, this is what I was going to say. Is it not true, and I don't care if Jermaine Greer's listening, Mary Beard, or any of them...
Any of the top feminists.
Any of the top feminist
Sam Fox.
ladies, if you're allowed to call them that still, Sam Fox... Was it not true?
Right.
You can confirm or deny.
Oh, no,
because
I
know
will-
you're
I
big
will
on
know.
the feminist issue.
Yeah.
Um,
Eunuch.
that's-
Something about eunuch.
they're the female eunuch.
Female eunuchs.
Is it true that some of those ladies
Yeah.
who got out the car
Yeah.
with their legs akimbo,
Yes.
done it on purpose
Well.
to attract paparazzi
Oh, yeah.
and
I
the
hope
other
so.
filthy filthmongers?
Yes.
It sells papers.
Or Gary
It-
Bushell, people like
Or
that.
whether they took pictures of their Gary Bushell, I don't know.
don't
That's by the by. But some of them
I'm sure they did in their bathroom.
in their bathroom. But some of them, is it not true?
Yeah.
Done it on purpose to get on to
Well,
the.
Barry, a few years ago,
Yes.
Britney Spears. Hello, Britney Spears.
Hello. Yes.
She gets out of the motor,
Yes.
right? Particularly, like,
Harry.
tough motor.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. She gets out of the motor with no knickers on.
Oh, that's
And she knows, like Paparazzi or any of the other boys,
Titsy
gonna be
McGee.
there. Titsy McGee.
Titsy McGee.
One-legged Brenda.
Bum Bum Harris.
Yeah.
Any of them paparazzi photographers.
Barry Knobchick.
Yeah.
Right, and she knows
Labia Lee.
they're all going to be there, right, with their cameras.
Yes.
And sure enough, one of them takes about 3 or 4 photographs of her.
Bum Bum.
Her bum bum. And her front bum bum. And they go all over the internet, you know.
Oh, there's pictures of a Bum Bum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness
Yeah,
me.
yeah. I mean, I don't want to tell anybody that, but they are there.
Well...
Yes.
If I was a driver for Addison Lee or
Yeah,
any of that, and
yeah.
a young lady,
Yeah.
Britney Spears,
Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan, Lindsay Dawn McKenzie,
Lindsay,
Linda
Sam
Lusardi,
Fox.
Sam Fox, any of the top sexy
girls,
ones,
Yeah.
got in my car motor
Yeah.
with
You're-
no drawers
you-
on,
yeah.
I'd say. First of all, before you get in, very nice to meet you. I've seen all your work, all that.
Seen everything.
Loved all your work. But are you wearing any drawers?
Yeah, because
It's been cleaned.
cleaned, exactly. And it's Saturday night, you know, and there's going to be a lot of people sitting down there.
And they don't want your bum bum on it.
Yeah, exactly. So if you haven't got any drawers on, pop back upstairs, right?
Stick something
Stick
on.
something on, and then you are welcome.
Oh, you're welcome
I'll
in my
take you to
motor.
China Whites, Funky Buddhas,
Any of that, yeah.
Tiger
tramps.
Tiger,
Any of that.
anywhere you want to go.
Anywhere you want to go.
But it
put
will
some
have
drawers
to be
on.
with drawers
on.
Okay?
You know?
Okay? Because otherwise I cannot take you. I am sure you understand.
I have seen that in an Addison Lee car when you get in the back of it.
Oh, yeah?
Not this job, they never lay on any cars.
No, they
But
don't.
you get in the back and there's a big sign that goes, you know,
Drawers
please
on.
tell the driver, please tell the driver you want the window open. There is a magazine here
Yeah.
for your delight.
It's a rubbish magazine.
Rubbish
though.
magazine. There's a bottle of water there, should you like it. P.S.
Yeah.
Put your fucking drawers
Drawers
on,
on.
because I don't want to be staring at
Yeah,
that thing. You're Gary
oh,
Bushell.
Exactly. Well,
So,
there we go.
that's that.
That's the circus dealt with.
That's the circus dealt with.
We've dealt with the Watford
What-
circus and the media circus.
Yes,
At the
but
same
what
time.
we're going to do from now on, we're going to raise the bar slightly. There'll be no more talk of paparazzi.
No, well, there might be a little bit, but not today.
Not today. If you are a dwarf and you want to be in a circus, or just come in.
Or come on the show.
Or if you're paparazzi.
Oh, if you're paparazzi,
Come
give
in.
us a ring.
Tell us some of the things
Give
you've
us a
seen.
ring.
This is another one of
What's
Angelos's. This is Wiggle It, 2 in a room.
Ah, wiggle it.
Just a little bit. Wiggle it in a room. Stay with us. Don't be put off by that talk.
No,
We'll
we
be
can always
back
get rid
with
of it.
some more drawing room comedy after Wiggle It, 2
High
in a room.
five.
Yeah.
As it grooves, your body moves. The body starts to get I got a feeling there's a fire. Wiggle it just a little bit. I want to see you wiggle it.
Just a little bit.
I think you should wiggle it.
Little
A damn
bit.
sight more than a little bit. If
Yeah.
you want to get in the papers.
Wiggle it. A little bit.
Move it a bit more. Wiggle it.
That's going out for paparazzi.
Paparazzi.
2
Wiggle it.
in a room, but we've got 3 in a room because joining us now is a proper DJ.
Proper DJ.
His name's DJ Tom Loud. He's from Sydney, Australia.
Come all the way.
He come all the way here and he's suffering from jet lag.
Jet lag, which means that he's been on the plane.
He's been on the plane.
So, Tom, where have you come in from?
John, how are you? It's lovely to be here.
Lovely.
I'm here in London by way of Belfast and Manchester.
Oh, my God.
Previously in Sydney.
So you're jet lagged from coming from Belfast, mate.
Yeah.
I tell you what, you went the wrong way.
Yeah, and you've flown in today and you come straight to see us.
And I'm thrilled.
wow.
A better welcome to London
I
an
agree.
Australian couldn't hope for.
Now,
great.
this fella, I've not seen this.
What is
Angelos
it?
knows all about it. His show called Hot Dub Time Machine.
Yeah.
And from what I gather, and I'm sorry, it takes a little bit of explaining.
Well, she's an 84-year-old.
I can't
so
be
you-
expected to know this stuff. Will you just talk us through what it is? Because I know it's been a massive hit in Edinburgh and all over the world. Tell us what it is.
Ins and outs.
Well, Hot Dub Time Machine is the world's first time-travelling dance party, and we travel through time in chronological order from 1954 all the way back to 2012. So there may be some songs back there that you might, from your heyday, Barry.
Very much green sleeves,
Yeah.
The ink spots.
ink spots.
The ink spots.
It's a band.
Oh,
isn't it?
lovely.
Jazz band.
Do you do any of any skiffle or any of that, modern stuff?
Skiffle, no. We start with Rock Around the Clock, Bill Haley and the Comets.
Oh, the modern
and
stuff.
then it's kind of, the modern stuff. And then, Johnny B. Good into Hit the Road Jack. And then it's kind of in chronological order, very loose chronological order, all the way back to 2014. And there's big videos and it's everyone's dancing, powers and stuff. So it's a bit more of a show than a normal dance party.
But it's
And a
totally
bit more of a thing.
interactive, isn't it? Everyone gets right into
They
it.
do.
Yeah.
It's the whole concept that enables people to lose their inhibitions.
That's what we're
Angelos.
after.
To cut loose.
Love it.
And that is,
I
so it's
take
bedlam.
drugs to do that, but there is another way of
There's
doing it,
another
isn't
way.
there?
Well, you can combine the two, but we don't recommend
Oh,
it.
don't say that, DJ Tom Loud, thank you.
DJ Tom Loud, tell
I'm
me
talking about
this.
Night Nurse. That's
I see.
So there's a massive screen, is that right, with images
Oh, yeah.
and all that sort of stuff. It must be a real what a buzz to be up
It's a
there
buzz,
and nearly finished to be up there and sort of really conducting a massive audience of people.
It's a buzz, yeah.
Is it a buzz? Is it a buzz?
It's definitely a buzz. It's awesome. I love it. No, but it's also can be completely terrifying because they can turn on you.
Oh,
but,
what, if you play the wrong song?
Well, not in recent times, but I've done some gigs, where you're standing in front of Aberdeen's always been an interesting gig for me.
Well,
up
they're
there.
a bunch of
That's-
twats up there.
but
Don't take
yeah,
it personally,
yeah,
mate.
Yeah.
Really? Oh my God! Now look, you used to be one of the most in-demand sound engineers
Did you?
for radio. Perhaps you come near and fiddle with these.
No,
knobs, 'cause-
I know your fader control is absolutely top notch.
Is that
No,
right?
there's a bit of a hiccup at the start, though, to be honest.
Yeah,
with
well,
it.
'cause you
Well,
didn't turn your microphone on.
I did.
I
For any
didn't wanna point it out.
eagle-eared listening people, that is correct. I didn't put his microphone up, but that was so you would point it out later and we could.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, it's a test. It was a test.
No, that is true. Now, his involvement with comedy opened doors to opportunities. If only that could happen to us too within the comedy community. It can be found at some of the world's biggest comedy festivals. Oh. performing in front of sellout
Do you,
crowds.
I tried to find the one scene that didn't have any DJs and become the one DJ within it. You know what I mean? At Edinburgh and
idea.
stuff, there
Yeah.
were silent disco who used to dominate that kind of fringe scene. And I thought those Dutch guys, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
But someone should come in with a fringe, with a something that's more than a party. That's a show, I think is what I'm saying.
You chuck-
That has a
chuck a few
concept.
jokes in as well.
Yeah,
A
that's
couple of
like
jokes.
Do
Well, there's
you?
other musical jokes because I don't try, just songs that are,
What, like
that
things-
cheesiness is humorous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And how long is the show? An hour?
Oh no, 3 hours generally. 3 hours. Yeah, 2.5 to 3 hours. Well, it's a party, you got to settle in. You got to.
And people dance for 3 hours.
Yeah.
You say it's a
They must be on the
party.
drugs.
We have a Christmas party.
Yeah, but down the Legion.
down the Legion, you have a little bit of vol au vent,
Pot roast.
pot roast, a pint
Glass
of
of
piss. It's all
Baileys.
over after
What kind of
about an
music
hour.
is playing at your
Don't
Christmas
play
party?
no music.
No music.
Sorry,
Cool,
there's no
blimey,
music.
it's a party, mate.
Is
Not
it-
supposed
is
to be
it-
having fun.
And just nice and
Bingo.
quiet at the pub, just so they can hear like the gentle turning of a newspaper at the bar.
Somebody might
Like,
read a book on a microphone,
Yeah.
just
Something
setting
like
everybody
that.
down,
Yeah,
a bit of
someone-
Wilbur Smith.
There's
There
nothing
might-
better than a quiet English pub, just the sound of the
whoa.
fridges humming gently in the
The
background.
fruit machines
Yeah.
buzzing.
Oh, we
When
like
someone
that.
lifts up a beer and puts it down, the gentle squelch on the coaster. It's just,
we like
it's
that.
beautiful.
Oh, it's
If you don't like it,
fantastic.
mate, you
know,
can
you
go
always
back.
go back.
Yeah, never mind. And so some of these you'll find in travel back to 1954, and there'll be some dances. The moonwalk.
That's Jackson, isn't it?
The mashed potato. We had that at our party, but it was literally mashed potato.
yeah.
The macarena, we had macaroni, not so
Macaroons.
much that. Macaroon. Beatles to Beyonce. It's every song you love, have forgotten about, and will love again. What of every period of music?
What really
gets them jumping?
Let's get some. It's very much age dependent on the crowd, but that's the whole idea that I have is that there's great music being constantly made. You get a lot of people who say that the best music was in the 60s and nothing good was made
Rubbish.
after that. The best music is the 80s. You might say the best music. When Vera Lynn passed away, that was when the White Cliffs of
exactly.
Dover.
Get
That
out.
was.
And I would
that was
say,
it.
have you ever
Get
heard
out.
of Gary Glitter?
Gary Glitter, indeed. Cars,
Right,
Gary
say all
Newell.
you like about
But
him.
actually, great music's constantly being made.
Whatever
So there's no
happened
good.
to him, Gary Glitter? I
Don't
don't know.
know.
Oh, he seemed like a good guy, didn't he?
Okay, can I just take you back? Vera Lynn isn't dead.
Isn't she? I'm
First of all.
sorry.
Vera, if you are listening,
She's clinging on.
how embarrassing. It
Yeah.
comes over. You
Comes
know,
over here.
she's still alive, never mind.
I was trying to think of something before. I was like, White Cliffs of Dover.
Yeah.
Yes,
And I
Snozzle
falsely
Durante.
assumed that Vera had fallen off the twig.
mate.
That's
If those meddling Brussels bureaucrats have there won't be no white cliffs. It'll be red, white, and blue cliffs of Dover. Tricolour, that's what they have. That lot.
European flag.
Yeah. Now it's also you've done well in Australia.
Well, he's from
It
there.
is.
Well, he
yeah,
plays
it's
with
so-
all his mates.
So out in Oz, is there a big sort of clubbing scene, or is it a bit better over here? Yeah, I thought so. Much better over here.
Yeah, next question.
And he's also been on the stage with Chaka Khan and the Roots. Chaka Khan is quoted as saying, "He's
God.
got it going on." She said.
she did. She
Did
did.
she?
Took her half an hour to say it, but she got the words out in the end.
And actually, that was my purely based. I never met her, but a friend of mine drove her to the airport the next day. He said, "What did you think?" Your warm-up DJ.
Really?
And she said, "He's got it going on." Apparently, so that's based on my friend who was her chauffeur, and I'm
wonder
putting it
what
on my
she-
press release. God damn it!
I wonder what she meant by that.
What have you got going on? That's
They've
lovely.
got a lot going on.
Look, I think we all know what Shaka meant.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Shaka.
so. What I want
Shaka.
to, when your friend drove her back to the airport, did she have any drawers on, or it doesn't matter. Now, what I want to know is this show. It's been going for how many years? Have you been?
3 years now. 3 years.
Are you adapting it? Well, I suppose it's ever evolving because of new music.
Precisely, and it's ever evolving as I find new songs to put in and new stuff. But yeah, the core elements of it remain unchanged. Like you can't do a history of music without playing the Beatles, the Stones, Stevie Wonder,
New Seekers,
Michael
yeah.
Jackson, Queen,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Dollar.
Smells Like Teen Spirit, Jump Around,
yeah,
Eminem. Like
yeah.
those,
Does
like
it?
some songs
we'll
are
get some air
iconic.
freshener in a minute. And oh, lovely. Well, what about that? What sort of images do you see on the screen?
Well, we have have on the screen. We have a hot tub time machine hostess and time lord by the name of Lulu Loud, who appears on the screen, and she guides the journey. So she's kind of the cabin attendant for the hot tub time machine, and so she is on screen. I'm sorry.
Is it quite a camp affair?
Sure. Yeah. It's got I think camp, kitsch, fun, cheeky, slightly. Ironically, it's not just fun. Like, the main thing I just try to be is just unpretentious. You know, there's too many DJs are too up themselves, too serious, and a lot of that clubbing scene just got real. As you would know, Angelos, it's just very
just drive me out the wall.
VIP. You got to be cool. You got to look
fat
cool.
Boy Slim, I've met him, and he's got them things you have at football matches.
Yeah.
You know the. Oh, he just blows them.
Well, I tell you what, I mean, some of the DJs I've mixed with, Leon Watford way.
Carl Cox.
No, it's just the one sitting. But we did have.
Do you still DJ, Barry?
Yes. What's this?
Here he is.
I know, but you know.
What do you think I'm doing here? Look, I've got the decks up, and yes, I didn't put your microphone up, but normally I'm quite good. No, I mean, some of the DJs, very pretentious DJs, I've met a bloke in
Gary Davis.
78s or, Bakelite discs?
Yeah, but rope lights they have.
Bruno Brooks.
They done my grandson's disco. What happened to Bruno Brooks?
I don't know.
All the great ones, Chris Denning, Jimmy Savile, all the lovely ones. Whatever happened to them, I don't know.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
Oh, God knows. Let's get off that one. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to...
Turn left.
Turn left. Abort. What we're going to do, we're going to come back with DJ Tom Loud in a minute after this. Beauty! That was mistake number 2.
That was shorter than you think, wasn't it?
It was, wasn't it?
Are there any DJs around?
2-minute wonder.
Hang the DJ, but not in the studio.
Well, I don't know. Any more mistakes like that? I'll be stringing him up for the rafters.
DJ Tom Loud proudly presents Hot Dub Time Machine. Now get this, write it down, grab a pen. Just wait a sec while they grab
a pen. There it is, it's by the pot there. It's in the
Can
pot.
you see it? Near your car keys.
Just next to your car keys. In the hallway.
Pencil will do, you muppet. Right, it's on at the... Write it down.
Write it down on a bit of paper.
Doesn't work now, does it, the bloody pen?
Well, you got to lick the end of it. Just lick the end of the pen.
Or just get a pencil.
Lick the end of it.
Does that ever work? The pen's broken if you're up to licking the end.
The pencil's snapped. All right, just try and remember
this
number.
This. London Wonderground, which is an easy thing to remember. Thursday the 3rd to Saturday the 19th of July.
What a long stint.
God, that's a long stint.
3 weekends. Action-packed weekends. In the Spiegel tent, the beautiful Paradiso Spiegel tent.
Now, that is nice.
Oh, man. And a party in there. There's comfortable seats around the outside. There's dance floor seats in the middle. There's balloons falling from the roof. There's confetti. There's sexy circus performers walking around that may or may not come in.
Yeah,
it's an awesome place to have a party.
Dwarves?
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh, good. We'll see if we can...
I'll be there then.
Yeah. His favourite.
I'll be there. I do like a dwarf.
He does like... That one you used to knock great. He's half the man you are. But the thing is, we have got this fella in here today, and what we want him to do is perhaps tell any of you youngsters who are thinking of going to the Edinburgh Festival, where he is going this year, to just tell us some of the pitfalls, some of the good things about it, some of the bad things. Because we often have Edinburgh types in here.
Yeah.
And we have some wide-eyed youngsters.
Oh, they don't know what they're doing today. And you look at them with pity and think you've got so much to learn.
No. You look at them with envy. You know, you are going to have the Edinburgh Festival that some of us older performers wish that we could have. You're going to have the Edinburgh Festival. You don't care that you're poor. You're going to sleep on your friend's floors. You're going to sleep, with your friend on the floor of the friend's house. It's going to be an adventure. You're both going to be wearing Shakespeare togas from your production of 12th Night that you're both doing at different venues across town. That is the Edinburgh experience. You know, you can have your Jimmy Carrs performing in front of thousands of people. You can have that's the real heart of Edinburgh. It's a couple of university theatre students feeling each other in inappropriate ways on the floor of a bedsit somewhere in the...
He's done very well selling that. And you know why?
It's a waste of time.
That is Edinburgh. That's the different.
This fella here, because he's Australian,
Yeah, I
the
know.
glass is half full.
They're positive people, aren't
Not
they?
like us, where it's
No.
very much empty.
I mean, totally empty.
Totally empty.
Not even half empty.
Not even half.
You don't even have a
empty.
glass. You're just pouring milk on a table. It's just
Exactly.
spilling onto the floor.
floor.
Yeah.
Exactly. But no, so you do
So what is
recommend
the
it?
difference, Tom, between doing a show in Edinburgh and a show in London?
There's the Scots. The Scots tend to be
Very
they
mean.
either
Drunk.
really love you
Oh,
or
yeah.
they are just completely.
Yeah, nothing in between. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what-
yeah. They
that's
will
very
let
often
you
the case.
live, and also like I did one of the most barnstorming gigs of my life in Glasgow, and everyone loves it and stuff, and then you kind of get to the end and you expect applause, and they're like, all right, mate, you did your job.
Yeah,
Well
yeah.
done, Chief. Good.
That's it,
Don't get
exactly.
ahead of
That's what
yourself.
we're paying you
In
for.
London, there can be more reserved politeness. They might,
More like the Chinese, aren't we?
We are more like the Chinese, or maybe they just don't like you. But what about the Irish? They like a good time. We got an Irishman lady in
an
the
Irish
room there,
lady. And a
That's her
Chinaman.
there. drinking
she's
up to
drinking, as far as I
party
can
hat,
see.
drinking.
It sees her early in the.
Just drinking some Guinness.
She's drinking, putting her head, lighting her farts, that sort of thing, and she is a lot of fun.
Praying.
And he stopped talking. And so the Irish, you've been to Ireland. Do you want to go to Ireland? It's ever so nice.
I did. I did a couple of gigs in Northern Ireland. I haven't been to the Republic yet.
Oh, God.
But yeah,
blimey.
the accent is
It's hard, isn't it?
extraordinary.
Yeah,
I was-
yeah.
yeah.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Like South Africans.
What
You ever been
about
there?
South Africa?
Been down
You've
South
been there?
Africa?
I've so far it's Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK. I think that's all.
Commonwealth.
That's what I've done.
The Commonwealth.
Commonwealth.
India.
Indeed. Haven't been. I like
Canada.
to. If they don't play cricket, I'm not interested.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no,
right.
that's fair enough, mate. That's
Well,
fair
it
enough.
must be lovely to be over here in the spring, I mean.
Lovely spring weather we're
Lovely
having.
spring weather. This is chilly for you.
I know.
isn't it?
I'm absolutely. Yeah. It's wonderful to be back in London. From the moment I got on the tube and had someone, just immediately just almost like push me down to like because I dared to carry my suitcases on the tube, and it was just
No.
and sitting there on the escalator with my 2 suitcases with all my gear on the way from
Standing on the
Heathrow.
left.
Standing
Yeah.
Well, I was just
Side.
clearly getting in the way of people who are in a very
Very-
rush to get to the next
exactly,
queue that they could queue up in. It's a wonderful city. I'm very glad to be here.
Yeah.
Where,
well,
do you spend a lot of time in London? Or do
I
you-
spent half my year. I'm trying to half my year in Australia, and half my year over here. So I lived when I first came over in the year 2000 as a plucky 20-year-old Australian, and lived the bartending cliche in dodgy pubs in Soho and all over the place. So I lived in London for a long time back then, and learned about clubbing and started DJing actually.
I think there are actually less Australians that have been in London now than there was.
Nowadays.
I think there is, and I think it's got something to do with the exchange rate or something to do with.
He's very technical, can get very technical about it.
So I don't know what it's got to do with. Something to do with the weather.
I think it's actually to do with Australians used to have a real sense of, superiority. We used to
Yes.
win at stuff, and so used to come over here
yes, well, that's
and
all
just be
ended
real.
now,
I know
isn't
it has. So the general, the kind of arrogance that we used to have and
come
stuff.
over
is
and
just-
swagger and lay it on
No,
us.
you had like an Olympics and things, and we did that first.
Oh,
but we
we-
had an
we
Olympics and
won
went
that.
all right.
We won the
We won the
Olympics.
Olympics,
Yeah.
didn't we?
And
Yeah.
we won also. I mean, we should have won the holding of the World Cup here. Shouldn't
Yeah, we should have got
There's
that.
a lot of things we should have done,
should have
but
got that.
no one likes us. We
No,
don't
we
care.
don't care.
We don't
Eurovision
care.
Song Contest.
I'm really enjoying the fact that you guys are following the long tradition of Western kind of Olympic host cities by absolutely shitting on the people who are having it next to them. You know what I mean? Every day there's an article in the paper saying how terrible the Olympics are going to be,
Oh,
and,
yeah, yeah.
and where is it going to be?
yeah,
in freaking
yeah, Schadenfreude.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll come back to London. Maybe it'll come back. It's never coming back, boys.
Oh, it will.
It's never coming back.
It will.
Mate, but
I'm putting in a bid next week to have it in my front room.
you've had all that decking put down. You can
Yeah.
easily get a
Do the
little
fencing on
track
that.
on that. Do the fencing on that. I want decking, as my wife said to me only the other day, and there'll be more hilarious jokes like that.
That's
Listen,
an ancient deck joke.
that's an Anthem Deck joke.
Yeah.
But listen, I want to thank this fella for coming because he was very nice and very positive. Occasionally
Extremely positive.
We've had some arseholes on this show.
We are honestly.
No
we're
names.
Really,
real
yeah.
No names.
twats
Oh, well,
on
I
the,
don't know if they want a name.
We Could
do. I don't know. That's not brilliant enough.
John McCreary,
Jason.
Yeah. We've had a lot of them on, but he's been very
Yeah, no,
nice.
you've been
very
excellent.
nice.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Excellent. And
Hot Dog Time Machine, come along.
Now, Hot Dog Time Machine, go. Where are you playing?
It's a party
Where
with
is it?
music and you dance. I'm playing at London Wonderground the whole of July and the Edinburgh and McEwen Hall the whole of August.
Mate,
And
you are going to be minted.
I am going to be buggered. That's what I'm going to be. But,
What you choose to do in your
Whatever
own
you
time
want to
is
do,
up to
get
you.
up there, mate. Nothing to do with us.
This is Estelle, 1980.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's about the war.
that was DJ Tom Loud. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Estelle.
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 That was Don Estelle, wasn't it?
Don Estelle.
Don Estelle.
With
done that.
1980. Don Estelle.
He done that, didn't he?
He done
First.
that. Don
I
Estelle.
think that was his daughter, Estelle.
Estelle. It's a
And
funny name.
she took it on, and I think then when Estelle has a son or a daughter, she or he will sing it again.
Yeah.
Or she may go back and do the Whispering Grass. I don't know.
Who knows? But Don Estelle.
Whispering
Don Estelle,
Grass.
this is true. Didn't he used to stand outside a shopping centre in
In
Coventry?
Arndale.
Oh, the Arndale.
In Wandsworth.
In his long shorts.
Yes, he did. On top of a suitcase.
That's right.
Sing his opera with his CDs all laid out. in
What
front of
a
him. I feel like
sad
entrepreneur.
demise. Yeah, but, you know, if you've been on a top British sitcom, for any children listening, he was on the
Half-Hot
hot
Mums.
programme, Ain't Half Hot Mums, with all the others, Mr. Lardidar, Gunnar Graham, Windsor Davis, Melvin
My
Hayes.
mate knew the son of the bloke that played the Indian fellow what painted his face brown.
Michael.
J. Fox.
Was he in it?
I think
Ain't
it was
Half-
Michael J. Fox.
Michael J. Fox. Your mate knew the bloke.
Whose dad it was that played the Indian fellow that sat outside the hut going, in it, like that.
That's right, yeah.
Land of hope and glory. It's
He was
Michael
a
J. Fox.
Punkawalla or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a
Charwalla.
Charwalla.
And
But they weren't allowed to employ like real Charwallas then, so they like got
So someone had to black
like,
up.
Westerners,
Yeah.
and black them up, and
And
shut them in front of the TV.
yet another avenue of finance denied.
That's it. Yeah, they shut
indigenous
them in
people.
our cousins.
Radio now.
Turn left,
quick. I'm only kidding. Songwriters World Cup goal. This is true from
What's
the
this?
Watford Observer. A Watford football fan.
All right.
That's an oxymoron, has written an unofficial England World Cup song,
Moron.
with all proceeds going to Diabetes UK.
Oh, well, that's nice.
That's nice. He's got a song, and it's called the song Hearts and Lions,
I've
the
heard it.
perfect... Have you?
It's a bit sugary.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's a diabetic joke. It's
What
wonderful.
do you think of that?
I think it's quite funny. On the A side, it's type 1. On B, it's type 2. Yeah, it's not...
That's
Very
not. I mean, it's
clever.
not good. It's not, I think it's something that we shouldn't dwell on. I think
No.
it's like there was a quick word, and then
A
you
word,
just
it's gone, it's
move on.
gone. Yeah,
You
no,
don't even acknowledge that you've said it. Now we're dwelling on it too much.
The excitement, now moving on, the excitement for the World Cup is really building, and I wanted to take on a challenge to write and perform a football song that included all the elements.
Sugar.
Sugar, treacle, being out of breath, doing any exercise,
Injecting yourself.
insulin, letting down younger members of your family because you can't play football anymore.
That's it.
So that's all the not the no. Oh no, sorry, no,
Being
it's
in
not
bed
the.
all day.
It's not the features
Being
of diabetes.
undiagnosed,
It's
like Dylan Thomas.
it's about football, not so much diabetes.
Oh, is it? Oh.
No. So
Oh, that's a different matter.
yeah, so it's all about the lovely things you associate with England Football World Cup: disappointment,
Violence,
penalties, sunburn,
alcohol,
Cross of St George,
racism,
disgracing us all. high hopes to be dashed after
Upturned European bars.
Nigel Farage.
Plastic chairs going through the air.
Yeah, skinheads, water cannon.
Scaffold pipes.
Yeah, all
Glass on the floor.
Glass on the floor.
People running at high speed out of the village squares.
Yeah, noisy people leaving pubs and police.
Tattoo.
The old favourite.
The old tattoo.
Yeah,
Skinheads.
all that lovely stuff
Wonderful
we've got
stuff.
to look forward to.
This
Coming
World Cup.
World Cup.
Tear gas.
Tear gas. No.
Water cannon.
And
riot shield.
what we thought we would do is make every attempt to
Right, our
cobble
own.
together, our own World Cup song.
First of all, Barry, can I ask you what your favourite World Cup song has been?
Oh, I love that one by
Oh, yeah.
Estelle.
Oh, yeah.
England, 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 England. It's
Oh,
lovely that one. That was
yeah,
that was
yeah.
an anthem,
That
wasn't
was
it?
a good one,
What
yeah.
one did you like?
I like England, England, we're gonna do it. England, England, we're gonna do it. England, England,
Did you like-
we're gonna do it this year.
Did you like the one by Dollar?
Yeah.
England, England, we're gonna win it. England, England,
we're not gonna
gonna
lose it. England, England, we're gonna win it this year. So we thought we'd have a go at writing our own one.
Yeah.
Go on, Barry, you go first.
Okay.
I'll just join him when I can.
Give us a beat.
Dum, da, dum, da,
There we go.
da, dum, da, dum, da, dum, da, dum,
Oh, hold on,
da,
I've got something
dum,
coming.
dum,
England, 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 we're gonna do it in Brazil this year. England, 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 we're gonna do it in Brazil. That's
you
where
got
it comes
Hart,
unstuck.
we got York, we got Rooney, we got Sturridge, we got a couple of the other players in the midfield. England, England, we're gonna score a goal.
And break for the mid-late that goes patriotic and the green fields of England.
The dark satanic Mills and Edgar and Brahms and anyone else from England, like Weatherspoons
and Shakespeare and 2, 3, 4 England, England,
we're gonna do it.
we're gonna do it. Brazil this year, England, England. Anyway, and so it goes
in
on.
Brazil this year. We won't get out the group stage. Bum bum.
I like that.
Isn't it?
I think that we should release that because
Well, we can just take it off of there.
take
of
it
the
off.
show.
Can you do a remix of
Yes,
that?
thank you.
Just remix it. Package it.
Had a couple of beats. Get
It's a bit
DJ Tom Loud to have a look at it.
Get him to have a look at it. It's a bit toppy. It's
yeah,
a bit toppy.
yeah, just beat it up the bottom end.
You bring out the bottom ends.
Thank you.
Bring up the bottom
Bring
ends,
up the
and then
bottom end.
and then we'll.
Good song though, isn't it?
If we put it out now,
Yeah.
it should be out in the shop just in time when England come home on the end
On
of
the
June.
ferry.
Yeah, after the a couple of matches.
And the P&O.
So that was.
Do you think they got any chance at all, Barry, this year in the
Mate.
World Cups?
Mate,
Yeah.
I was born in this country.
I know.
I've lived through
Aye.
the World Cup.
I know.
I've seen the.
Well, you've lived through a
I've seen the
few World Cups.
I've seen the triumphs.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the downside. I've seen
Oh,
the
yeah.
good, the bad, and I would say this time, yes, I
Yeah.
think we're going to do it.
Oh, really?
But there again, I know nothing about
No,
anything.
I was
Much.
going to say the same because I think we're definitely going to win, but I'd
Yeah.
be honest with you, I know fuck all about it.
Yeah, there is that, isn't
It's
there?
all that, isn't it?
If I knew,
Guesswork, isn't it?
it's just guesswork at the end of the day.
Guesswork.
If I knew anything about football, I would probably say no, we don't have a chance. But happily, I know nothing all about it.
Yeah.
So
You can say,
I'm
you
going
can
to
say with all
with
good
all the authority
faith,
in the world.
that we're going to
that
really
we're
go
gonna
over there and do
I'm
something.
gonna nail my colours to the mast.
Yes.
And using all the lack of knowledge about any
your
sporting
disposal.
prowess at my disposal,
Yes.
I will stand up
Yes.
And here now, broadcasting to
the
2,
nation.
3, 4 people.
4 people that's listening.
I can honestly say,
Yeah.
based on nothing at all, I think we're going to win the World
We're
Cup.
going to go all the way. We're going to go
all the way
all the way
to Brazil, lose and come all the way back
Go.
again.
Do you know, I think, listen, I don't usually do this, Barry, but
Go
I
on.
think I'm going to get myself down a fishing shop. I'm going
Yes.
to get myself one of them little fishing stalls.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
know the thing I mean?
I know what you mean. It's a fold-away thing.
Fold away
Yeah,
fishing. You're very
fold-away.
lightweight.
Yes.
Right, so that I can go and get my fishing stall and I can go and sit now on the routes that the winning England football team
Yes.
will parade through London on a large open bus. I'm that confident
Yeah.
that I will spend the £3 on a fishing
And get
stall.
there and go and sit there
Go
now
and sit
on the
there
route.
right now and wait for them to come
I'll
past.
tell you what, I'm going to go and do
I
something.
might just get a sign that says something about Jesus as well, so that I've, just in case people think I'm mad
Maz,
for sitting there all day.
what I might do, I might go and get one of those stalls. I think we got something out in our garage
Well,
like
you
that
go,
Margaret uses for pruning the hedge.
Yeah.
Go and get it. Go down Heathrow.
Yeah,
Sit at arrivals
yeah.
and wait for them to come
Come
out
back, that's it.
a week after the tournament. Well, about
Begins.
10 days after the tournament begins, and I'm going to be the first to welcome back and
That's
go.
right.
I thought you were going to do it, but of course I know nothing
Nothing
about
about
it.
football. But I
know.
bought me fishing stall down here just in case you didn't.
You didn't. You know, so that
Good one.
well,
Good. I'm going to give a few of them a lift home, I think.
well, you
I'm going to do that.
Are you?
I'm going to go down Heathrow with a big sign saying Young Yelka,
why don't you?
Rooney,
Why
and
don't
then
you
get in the back of my Renault 5.
just as a catch-all to get all of them? Just a big sign that says losers, and see if
Losers.
any of them
Just walk
come.
towards me.
You don't. Joe Hart has got.
Oh, he's a big lad. He'd
Damn
never
right.
fit in the back.
Never get him in the back.
And he has got
Anyway,
handcuff.
old Butterfingers, we are going to play something now. This is from the 90s.
Yeah.
We like the 90s.
What, the heat?
The heat now is
Fahrenheit.
that my beautiful friend by the
Oh,
Charlatans.
the Charlatans. That's a good one, this.
This sounds good.
Oh, yeah, it's got some good guitar.
Got some good guitar in it. We've got someone coming up on the show shortly. We've got plenty of guests. We're even going to have a phone in to try and sort out all your problems.
Yeah.
And if you want any songs written clearly, we're the people to do it.
Yeah, just request anything.
Anything you like. This is beautiful. The Charlatans. The Charlatans. My beautiful friends.
My beautiful friend.
The Charlatans.
Boy is expelled for shoving custard pie in teacher's face.
That's
not a
nothing
bad
wrong with
headline, is
that.
it?
I mean, what's wrong with that? That's a tradition. That's a tradition in this country, that sort of thing.
Can I tell you where I suggest he goes to look for a job?
Hold on, let me have a think. This is going to be a show. Custard pie, where you should look for a job. Go. Go.
The bloke that's setting up the circus in Watford.
Oh, my goodness.
No, just
No.
like tying two big news stories together.
Now, look, mate, the way the world is nowadays, he'd have a custard allergy or something.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Health and safety.
Oh,
innit?
health and
Sorry,
safety.
Excuse me. I do not like dairy.
Yeah, I can't
I
possibly have dairy.
I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I can't have custard pie in my face.
So if you stuck a custard pie in my face, I'm afraid I'd have to sue you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it may have element of nut in it, you know.
Yeah, I could go into anaphylactic shocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's health, the awkward squad. It's health and
squad.
safety. Come mad!
Madness, it is madness.
Now, on the line, we
Can't do
should...
anything nowadays.
You can't do nothing. I mean, it used to be a tradition in this country.
You're always shoving custard
Course
pies in
you are.
teachers' faces.
I mean, we had...
I grew up on it.
Of course I did. We had one, Stone the Teacher,
Yeah, that was good fun.
at Assembly.
Yeah,
He'd get up, and now here's a few announcements. He'd be bricked, stoned,
that's right.
My old
Bottled.
my friend Alf at the time.
Yeah.
He stole his dad's rifle and shot him in the face. His whole face exploded. Tomfoolery.
I mean, you can't do
You
that
can't
sort
do
of thing
nothing now.
nowadays.
You wouldn't be allowed to
Some
do
of
that.
these old traditions have just fallen by the wayside.
They really have.
And it's a real shame, and I think we are a leisure country for it.
So do I. We had a geography teacher, Miss Wainwright.
Right.
My friend John, his dad had a car. We got the car.
Yeah.
Not many people had them in them days,
No.
so she was lucky to have this. And we lassoed her up by her
Yeah, I
ankles,
was gonna
dragged her
say,
down the street
I've done
until
that.
she died.
Yeah.
And
But you try doing that now.
you don't. They wouldn't let you do that now.
No.
You're
It's
joking,
more
aren't you?
innocent times.
Yeah.
Right, so what about the
Innocent day.
caller?
Oh, sorry. Hello, can you hear us?
Yes, hello, it's Avis Van Rensselaer here, superstar DJ from Holland.
Okay, Avis, it's so
Avis.
nice to hear your voice. Finally, we've...
Oh, it's so good to be here. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, we've read a lot of your correspondence. So you've been in touch
yes.
with us and our people.
Yes.
Yes.
I wanted to talk about some things that I am working on. Is okay?
Yes,
Yes.
it's okay.
Okay, so obviously I am DJ in the Flimsy Chuff Radio.
Yes,
It's
yeah.
one, but as flimsychuff.com, it's very nice. But
Yeah.
actually, I am now in the studio working on some research about the brown note. You know about the brown note?
No,
what's that?
No, we don't know that, no.
Well, it's very strange, but it say that the Germans in the war, the Nazis, they are making the brown note research. They look at the note that it is inaudible. You cannot hear, but it is between 7 and 10 hertz.
Yes.
And they say that if they put this in the speakers, then it will make the British soldiers. They will need to go to the toilet. You see?
Ah,
You
the
see
brown
the
note.
brown note.
I see.
What research are you
Yeah.
doing? What research
And how
are you doing?
how are you?
No,
how are
I-
you finding it?
So I'm here with Dean James Barrett. He is music producer. What we do is we pump out the sound between. We try 7 to 8 hertz, 8 to 9 hertz, and we see maybe if it make us go to the toilet,
Yes.
then it is working. Maybe we will do an album of the brown note and put in Spotify,
Right.
and you can play to your friend. If you have someone come to your house, you don't like them, you put the brown note, and then they go to the toilet. Is that okay?
No, it's a good idea. Alternatively, you just give them a good strong cup of coffee with a few prunes in it, mate. How about that?
And a Lambert and Butler Gold.
Yes, but I think this is better. This is under the radar, you know? You
It's
don't have
under
to
the
make it-
radar, yeah, but I mean, it's a
Yeah.
monumental waste of time, isn't it, Avis?
Well, you see, when you come to be superstar DJ like
DJ.
myself, you have a lot of time to waste on silly thing like this. But I think actually, in time, we will see that it will come good, and Avis will be known for the brown note making
Avis.
popular things.
Is there anything else you're famous
Okay.
for, Avis?
Well, I am always playing Super Sexy Sponger Party with the DJ all over the country. You
Yeah,
can
that's
check me
a given, mate. That's a given.
Okay.
What's your
I
brand,
would
what's your
like
brand of
to-
music?
Well, I just play all the music. I like all the music, but I have a lot of interest as well.
Yeah.
Like Noel Edmonds, for example.
You're interested
and-
in him, or you have interests like him?
I'm very interested in him. I read his book. I can talk about his book on the line. It's not advertising. It's okay.
Yes, it's fine.
So, well, he wrote a book, Cosmic Ways to Change Your Life.
Yes.
And, yes, it's very good. You would like me to read maybe one small bit from it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so he's saying, let's say you want a special holiday.
Yes.
Maybe you're going on safari in Africa.
Yes.
Meanwhile, you continue to live the life you'd been living before you decided on your goal. You still spend several pounds a day on coffee at your favorite cafe, money you could be putting towards the safari.
Yeah.
If you keep doing that, you sabotage your plan.
Oh, yeah.
You really want to walk with the animals, then you need to do something positive towards achieving it.
Yes, that's right,
So
Avis.
Yes, and you say, I'm sorry, but just wanting it is not enough.
No.
You have to show that you want
You
it.
got to make it happen.
That means taking the action, you see?
Yeah.
And don't ever
Yeah.
very good at this. Tell you how to live your life.
Have you adopted any of his theories, Avis Van Rental?
Well, you don't get to where I am without reading Noel Edmonds. That's what I say. Yes, of course.
What have you asked, the heavens for?
The cosmos.
The cosmos.
Well,
the
I
cosmos.
ask always, every day, I ask to have beautiful women come to Avis and show themselves and have super sexy spoken party. I ask to show new music, to always have better on the Flimsy Chuff radio, to get interview on Uber radio. I asked this.
Yes, and it's
it
come
comes
true. Well, we were talking earlier about God's bounty.
That's right, we were.
He gave me, got me some
flash of a
cheese,
knicker, didn't he?
A flash of knickers, and
Got me an Oyster card off a disabled 70-year-old
push an
woman.
old lady over and got him an Oyster card. So it does
With
work
40 quid on it, Avis.
with
So stick that up, you chuff.
in mysterious ways. God moves. Has he?
Yes, you have teas, special teas, you say?
Yeah, got some cheese, mate,
Yeah, teas.
Yeah,
Cheese,
because you asked for it, so you get it. It's serious. It
No,
always works
it
like
doesn't
this.
actually work like that, Avis. You have to ask for it, and then you have to adopt changes in your lifestyle to make these things come towards you.
Yes.
A la
You-
Edmonds.
Yes, you are correct. Actually, you must have read also you are living like Noel Edmonds as well.
Well, yeah, on and off, like Mondays through to Tuesdays, and then for the rest of the time I live like Tony Blackburn.
Oh, okay. So I don't know so much about the Blackburn.
Oh,
You
he's
want to look that up, mate?
You'll look him up. He's going to get a show on here soon, the way things are going. Blackburn's going to be on here. Bruno Brooks.
Blackburn says the light of night.
It's the Gary Davis Spit in the Middle show on Fubar Radio.
Padding. So, mate, have you got anything
Wow,
else you
this
want to sell, or you want?
Well, I just actually one more thing to be honest. I am buying a sofa recently from a shop that is always having sales on. I think maybe the listeners is knowing these kind of shops.
DFS.
And
DFS.
I don't know if I can say the name, but if you like, then DFS.
Say whatever you like.
I have problem with the sofa, and I have problem with the shop. So I am talking to my friend, and he is pointing out that if you have problems, there is always the furniture ombudsman.
Yeah.
Did you know this? You
Yeah,
can just go
we knew that. We knew
about
about
that.
him. We had him on last week.
We had him
Let
on.
me tell you, he's a bit of a twat. So, don't listen to anything he says.
He only specialises in poofs and
He's-
three-piece suites. He don't do the
He's
rest.
the most boring man on earth. Listen.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think
The furniture
so.
ombudsman.
Thank you.
Anyway, Avis, it's been
Yes.
charming talking
Thank you
to
for
you.
telling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
And-
Good. I will not bring him.
No,
No,
don't
but
ring.
send us another email,
He's a
Avis.
knob.
Best of luck with
All
your
right,
brown
Avis.
notes.
Yeah, good luck with it
Thank you.
all.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello.
That was Avis Van Rent. Oh!
What'd you make of that then?
Is he a friend of yours? Do you know him?
I've never met him in my life.
Well, if in doubt, blew his sum.
Bang a song.
Imagination.
Oh, I like this one.
Remember this one?
Yeah, imagination.
We have got a fantastic guest coming up very shortly. Stay with us to find out who he stroke she is. Here we go.
Mystery.
Mystery guest. And it ain't the furniture ombudsman. Imagination.
Sing along.
Imagination. We've got a lady in here who's going to sing along.
Imagination. No, she doesn't want to sing
She
along.
don't want to sing along.
You don't want to hear my singing.
Oh,
We
did
do,
actually.
we do.
We did. We're very keen on hearing you singing.
In the studio, the voice you can hear who wouldn't sing, never mind, don't matter.
Thank you. Good
We'll
start.
move on. Good start is Nadia Essex.
Hello.
Hello,
There
darling.
she is.
She's a sweet, sweet angel. She's a businesswoman and actor from Surrey.
Yes.
Now, you might remember she starred in First Dates, where they went to... Do you
Channel
remember that
4
Channel
show,
4? And then they had a date with someone.
Well, they just filmed people having dates. That was the premise, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Like a complete blind date.
Oh, my God.
So
that's
you
terrifying.
just saw a picture and their name and their age and what they did for a living, thank God. And,
Good, yeah.
and that was
Right.
it.
And so what, you had a look at the picture and you go, yeah, all right, I'll give that a go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
No,
Yeah.
I totally agree.
It's a tough one because it's embarrassing enough to go on a first date without the cameras being there.
Yeah.
Isn't
And
it?
literally, like, in your face, there was like 100 cameras all around the restaurant, so there was no getting away from,
No.
no hiding.
You had to eat your
God.
greens as well, I expect. There's no hiding those
Yeah.
on the
Hiding place.
What,
Did you get absolutely smashed?
We drank a lot.
Yeah.
But I hadn't eaten like for a week in the
Why?
run up
Oh, well, so
because I
you
wanted
looked-
to look skinny
yeah,
on
cool.
telly.
Oh, I see, skinny,
So then
cool.
I sort of I had like steak and chips and I
Wolfed
think
it down.
yeah.
Overload,
Well, no,
innit?
I tried to be like really ladylike about it, but those
You're
carbs and that red
starving.
meat
Yeah,
just
course.
bloated my tummy. So
Oh,
really?
well,
yeah,
that's all
right. Did it?
I nearly popped my dress.
Can I ask about this? It always intrigues me with those sorts of shows where people are
Fact tent.
fact-ent.
Yeah,
Fact-ent.
Yeah.
Do people take it seriously? Do they want to have a date? I mean, or are they just very much where it's for the cameras and whether I get, like Blind Date or
Just want to be on telly.
the one with Patrick McGuinness?
Take me out.
Take me out. Any of those. People genuinely seem to want to have a date.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I
And
really
what
thought
was it like?
It was good. I thought to myself, I'm a single girl, and if Channel 4 can't get me a decent date, then
Yes.
there's something
You know-
seriously wrong with me.
You're a very attractive lady,
Yeah,
Marcus.
that's
So.
it.
Thanks.
Duly noted. Do you think Channel 4 might have sort of... do you think they was interested in finding people dates, or do you think they wanted drama and arguments and tears and the non-meeting of minds?
Both. Like, for me, they put me on a genuine date that they thought that I would like him, that it would be a good match.
Yes.
But, the drama is good telly. We all like to, like you said, first dates are cringy enough as it is,
Yes.
let alone on camera, and people play up to the camera, and you do get drunk. I mean, we were there for like 4 hours. We got chucked out in the end because they were like, "Look, you got to go."
You must have got on.
Yeah, no, we had a great time. We did. We had,
Oh.
we
Who
had
is
lots
the
of
young
wine.
man?
And are you still with him?
No, we never saw each other again.
Oh, what a shame. How come?
Well, he
You got
lives
on
up
for 4
north.
hours.
He lives up north, and I'm,
that
I'm
would
not
be a
really.
problem.
Yeah.
What did he have? Just a pasty or something and a pint?
And some chips.
No, he
chips?
was a perfect gentleman. He was, thank
sophisticated.
goodness, he was. Yeah, he was a good guy.
Yeah.
But I'm not really down for the long distance
Did you
thing.
fancy him?
Yeah, he was cute, but I didn't get like butterflies. He was
You were
good looking. He
probably
had the
bloody nervous.
goods. I was very nervous. Yeah, but I didn't. There was chemistry, but not sexual chemistry.
I see.
But I'm glad I
And
did
what's the
it.
sort of fella that you would have sexual chemistry?
Oh, this is
with?
interesting because we're going to move on to this now.
Yeah,
Go on.
it's
What
hard.
sort of?
It's really hard to say because it's a feeling, not a physical look necessarily. So I don't know. You just kind of know when you meet someone. I think you just kind of feel it, in your tummy.
But they have to have a certain amount of money, don't they?
Don't
Nadia?
they, my angel?
Of course.
Yeah.
What certain amount of money does this young man who makes you feel nice in your tummy have to have?
Well, a decent amount.
Well, what's that?
What is that these days? And does it have to be liquid assets, or does it have to be tied up?
I mean,
Or
Well-
does he have to have access to it?
Hold
or
on a
does
minute.
it need
What
to be in
about-
ices?
yeah. What's that? It's about
That's about...
£1.20.
That's not going to cut it. That wouldn't even buy like a coffee.
I mean, I'm on 37 quid a week benefit.
Is that kiss on the cheek, peck on the cheek?
No, I don't think I can charge for kissing on the cheek. I think there's a word for that that's
that's
not
true.
acceptable.
Because you're not looking for that, are you?
No,
I'm
not
looking
saying
for
that.
love.
Saying
Oh,
that.
let me
Looking
say-
for love.
I'm looking
but
for
the love
love.
comes at a price.
Of course,
Yes.
literally, emotionally and physically, and absolutely. Who doesn't want a man that can provide and come home after a week and say, "Come on, sweetie, let's go to Paris for the weekend," or let's
who doesn't
where
want
should
that?
where should we holiday this year? The
I mean,
Bahamas
but
or
it has to be the
Barbados.
full package, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes like a bloke that says, "Right, come on, let's go to Paris this weekend." I mean, he might well be like shagging his secretary as well. Do you know what I mean?
He may be, but
Might
then
be a psychopath.
he might be, but then you got to vet.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's
difficult
ways
though, isn't
to.
it? 'Cause they're
Well, that's
charming,
why
those
you
people.
date. No, but that's why I've dated a lot of rich guys, and you learn. You learn the hard way sometimes, but you learn pretty quickly. They're a very specific species. A rich man.
Yeah, they are.
So once you know the rules, it's pretty easy to spot. Who's full of
Wind.
wind.
But
and
anyone that
who's genuine.
I may just say, I don't know, but like
What
if
are you fishing for?
I'm saying is, Barry, if someone's number one priority in life is money,
Yes.
you're normally talking about a certain sort of fella. aren't
Yeah,
you?
exactly. Not necessarily a nice, warm, loving fella.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time they've stitched up other people
People
to get their
where
money.
they
Now,
are.
I am the nicest fella you could hope to meet, and I'm as poor as a church mouse.
Fuck all money. I would like to be rich, but I haven't got the brain.
And you're not very nice
very
with it, so
nice.
you fail on all counts.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How do you find a man who's made a lot of money and yet is a loving human being?
You've got to act like a lady
Oh, I see.
outside of the bedroom, obviously.
Oh, I see. So this is on your terms,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
And just go to the right places, and
Oh, I see.
they're there.
Where are the
They
right
there.
places?
Well, just you've got to go to the posh bars and the
Can
nice
you
restaurants.
name it? Get a pen.
Name the bars.
Where's it?
Yeah, I don't think you
Which
guys can afford to go.
one? Okay.
Is it
yeah.
Funky Buddha?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Is
And what
it-
about a footballer? Would you go out with a footballer?
Well, I mean, for me, it's not necessarily what they do. I mean, they get a really bad rap, footballers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
if Cheryl Cole can't keep her man, then there's not much hope for me.
Hmm.
But so ideally not. But I don't think you should, cut someone off because of their profession.
Profession.
It's about the person.
What
but
about
it's
Clive
about
Sinclair, an inventor or someone like that? They'd be interesting people, wouldn't they?
yeah, really interesting people. But you've got to have the whole package.
I know.
And we can have it all. I genuinely believe we can have it all.
Are
just
you
gotta-
single?
I am single.
Oh.
Because I'm waiting. There's about 800,000 millionaires in the UK.
Oh, nice.
So I'm waiting. I'm getting through them to try and
Did
find
you go out
the
with
one.
a lottery winner?
Perhaps. Again, but it's all about, for me, it's success. Success
Yes.
is an aphrodisiac,
Oh,
someone
yes.
that has goals and aspirations and wants to have a good life.
Can I just
Selfish.
write the selfish? Can I just write this down? What do we have? Funky Buddha is one.
China White.
China White.
Write
Would you
that
find a
down.
millionaire in China White?
It depends. What if you're lucky enough to go on the right day? Then
The
I
China
have no
Garden in
doubt.
Bushy.
And just tell us though, what is it that you have to do to snare these men?
Snare these men.
What is it?
Just be my fabulous self. Of course. That's you just have to be I'm a good person, and you just have to be myself, and I know that I deserve, the fairy tale and the butterflies and the whole package.
Right.
So just be a bit patient
Can
and
I-
pray to God that he comes.
Can I ask you this little one, my sweet angel? And that is, money don't buy happiness. It's a simple, mantra to live your life by. What about a poor man who's kind, is maybe seen a little bit of service in his time? He worked in the print in Watford. He's got a small pension and a carriage clock.
Good with his hands.
Good with his hands. He's got a full shed of tools outside and a number of 78 records.
Two up, two down.
2 up, 2 down. The sofa, it's all
On our
right.
purchase.
It's on our purchase. But,
You're not really selling
i-
this.
If this person who, just a fictitious person,
Yeah.
He likes ladies. He likes to make love to ladies.
Yeah,
He
just still.
can make
Even
his
at the
own
age of
bed,
84.
and he can even put his own pants on. You know, if that person, loving or otherwise, approached you and you thought he was nice, but he didn't have a penny to rub together, but he still had his own teeth, would you be interested?
Absolutely never.
Okay, well, this is
Okay.
James with Sit Down. The 1953. Sid James. Sid James with
the Carry
Sit
On
Down.
team.
Do you know,
Sit down on the sofa and
With-
watch Mind Your Language.
Charles Hawtrey on drums.
Kenneth Williams on bass.
And
Go on, Hattie Jakes.
Hattie Jakes
On triangle.
on triangle. Now,
And Kenneth Connor on
imagine
trombone.
if that was his catchphrase. Kenneth Connor was basically amazing. Do you know what's just happened? I put my headphones on, and a load of a load of hair was on it, and I don't like that. When my Margaret. I stroke her hair, I touch her hair, I've
Comes
even
out
been
in
known
clumps,
to...
doesn't it?
It does come out in clumps, I've been known to kiss on her. But some of her clumpy hair on a bar of soap makes me want to
Gagging
gip
it down the plug hole.
down a
Anyway,
plug.
we're here with,
Anyway, we're here
Surrey
with...
Beauty. Nadia Essex.
Her hair is all hair, there's none of
all
it's coming
hers.
out in clumps.
Not yet.
Nadia, whereabouts in Surrey are you from?
Originally, Epsom and Ewell, but I
Epsom.
live in Chelsea now, so.
Oh, of course
Oh,
you do.
of course.
Hey, I tell you what, you could get on that The Only Way's Chelsea programme.
Oh, yeah.
It's called Made in Chelsea.
Oh, well.
The only
You know what I
way-
mean.
But, yeah, perhaps, I mean, when you're in Chelsea, you see all those
guys.
guys, yeah, they kind of hang out at the same places, so.
Where do you hang out in Chelsea? Write this down, baby.
Everywhere down the King's Road, you know,
Everywhere down the
you're
Hobbs.
doing okay.
Hobbs,
Yeah, I
Pret.
mean, yeah, Pret.
Pressymonshey,
Prettymonges.
Mareshi.
You could, if you know there's going to be a new reality show we spoke about last week in Watford.
Watford, yeah.
And all these places like The Only Way's Essex, Made in
Way.
Chelsea, make it really glamorous, and they're doing their absolute utmost to make Watford sound good. And they come with the title, Watford, what a shithole.
Yeah,
And
that's the name of it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what it's going to be called.
I'd watch that.
There
Well,
we go.
there you go.
Yeah.
But we are here to talk about a new project, not trying to snare poor old millionaire men, but something called RV Rampage.
Yay.
And it's on the new Travel Channel. Is it called the Travel
number
Channel?
is
It's
it?
called Travel Channel.
Travel Channel.
We've dropped the.
Travel Channel.
Channel.
Travel Channel. And it begins Monday the 26th of May. It's called RV Rampage. Tell us about it. Go.
Well, it's
we go.
a kind of a cross between great reality shows like Big Brother, like Fear Factor. Basically, they've put like 10 complete nutters
Wankers.
together.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your words.
Yeah.
And made us do the most crazy things, like
no.
kick us out of planes and
Kick you out of planes?
and like
What, for smoking?
well, all sorts of sins.
You had to jump out of a plane.
We had to jump out
Oh,
of a
I hate
plane
that.
and
I hate
loads of
that.
adrenaline stuff.
Yeah, Nadia, you had a rucksack on with a parachute in it, didn't you?
Well, I had a guy strapped to me that had a rucksack and a parachute.
Okie doke.
So,
Alright.
yeah, it was quite a intimate, intense experience
Was he-
at
was he a
15,000
millionaire?
feet. No. But he was hot. But then I found out he was married.
Yeah, he
So,
didn't
what are you
fulfil
gonna
all
do?
the criteria.
Yeah,
So
so-
what
That brought you
happens?
down to earth, didn't it? Literally.
So what happens in this show? What's the,
So
what's
we
the
can.
idea?
So there's 5 teams and 3 RVs. So we're all sharing
What's an
RVs.
RV?
A recreational vehicle.
Okay.
So
well,
like
recreational vehicle. a motorhome,
motorhome,
caravan.
a caravan, yeah, that you drive. So, and we
Okay.
drive around sort of the length and breadth of New Zealand, doing like loads of challenges to win a cash prize.
How much? What are we
Wonderful.
talking?
How much?
£5,000.
That's nothing. It's dropping the ocean, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Well, money's money, honey.
That's a pair of shoes, isn't it?
Yeah, at least.
Money's money, honey. I like it. Right. And you're not allowed to tell us who won.
Of course not.
It's not ongoing, is it? And so what? I mean, I presume the nice thing is we get to see do cunning stunts, and also we get to see the beautiful landscape of New Zealand.
The land
New
with the long
Zealand.
white cloud, Barry.
The long
Yeah.
dark cloud.
Which is just phenomenal.
It's divine,
Like
isn't it?
I didn't realise how amazing New Zealand would actually be and how stunning the scenery was.
Yes.
And
Well, it's Lord of the Rings country, isn't it?
which I haven't seen.
Oh, well, you are missing a treat, my dear.
Apparently so. But it is so long, like, I get bored.
What, the country?
Yeah, it's long.
Well, no,
the
the
film.
Oh,
film.
the film.
Like, so, but it is stunning, and we nearly crashed a couple of times. We had to pull over in convoy because as you're driving, the scenery is so amazing that you kind of get carried away, and the roads are so windy that there was a few near misses.
Now, you are what I would describe as a media personality, right? Nadia.
Thanks.
Are there other people who are going to emerge in this show? You know, a new Joey Essex, a new Nasty Nick, a new Mo off a driving school.
Yeah.
Are there some of those delights yet to, behold?
Emerge.
Oh,
Emerge?
absolutely. Every person has their own character. Like we've got, Tory Dom, who is a complete Tory boy, and takes on some challenges and is a bit of a wimp, bless him.
Yes.
Had the cheek to call me a bungalow, not much upstairs.
Oh, well, that's nice,
that's
isn't it?
nice,
So,
isn't it? But if
yeah.
he was a millionaire, you'd still put up with him, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Not if he called me a bungalow.
No,
How
not a
rude.
bungalow,
But
no.
I do like that, though. Everyone underestimated. I'm one half of the green team, and everyone underestimated us two girls and thought, we're so annoying, we wouldn't get anywhere.
Well, that's
but
nice, isn't it?
it's nice to be underestimated
Oh,
because they drop their guard, and then
Yes.
in the
And then you
challenges you
pounce.
can, absolutely, you can use that to your advantage.
And how do you win the challenge?
Well, you either have to collect flags and some of the adrenaline ones, or the advisor or instructor would score you. Like we did a painting challenge and stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
one half you do what we call a tourist challenge. So it would really showcase the wonderful country that is New Zealand. And then the other half would be the rampage challenges. So really adrenaline, really sort of high action adventure, lots of tears, tantrums,
Oh,
yeah.
and
we like that.
that's just
Yeah.
episode 1. So
We like that, don't we? Now, you strike me as a nicer version of Katie Hopkins.
Yes.
You know her?
You happy with that?
Do you not like her?
Do you know who she is?
yeah, of course, everyone knows who she is.
Why the hiatus? You don't?
I'm not quite sure where you got that from.
Well, because you're quite forthright.
Yes.
Okay.
You have controversial views.
Yes.
Right.
I would say you're leaning more to the right side of politics than the left.
Yes.
And
You're much more attractive
you're
than her.
a lady.
That's what I'm waiting for. That's what I wanted to hear.
You're wearing
Come
much more
on.
attractive than her.
Thank you.
You're more attractive
More
Great.
than her.
Wonderful.
But you are similarly opinionated.
Yeah, but
And I
all
think
good
you're willing
opinions.
to go on This Morning and talk about your stuff.
Yeah, but I wouldn't embarrass myself by saying that I hate children with geographical
Yeah,
names
that
when
was
my kid
silly.
is called India. Duh.
Yes.
You got to be if you're gonna say something and make a bold statement, don't let Philip Schofield totally have you.
Dominate.
Yes,
you
Would
just.
you let Philip Schofield
He's a
have you?
millionaire.
He's got a few quid.
He is a nice silver fox.
Yeah.
We love a bit of Philly.
What sort of age are you looking for?
I like older men.
Hold on.
Oh, yes.
If I sat seductively like that, hold on, let me just tuck that in.
Pensioners
That's
like
come
Barry.
out my shorts. If I sat like that and give you a come hither, this is my come to bed eye, and the other eye says go down, make me cheese sandwich.
Yeah, really. That's
What do you reckon?
What do you reckon?
So tempting.
Don't worry about
Oh.
the smell. That was something earlier. But,
Yeah.
is that
Stuck on your
doing
clothes.
anything?
It's got nothing to do with him.
Yeah, no, I like a hygienic type of guy.
I'm your
fresh-
man.
Oh, he's your man there because he's just squirted himself with a ton of Old Spice.
Yeah, I can smell it from here.
Wash my hair on
He's
Thursday.
done that, washed his
I
hair
think,
on
Thursday
Thursday.
week.
I have a lady comes round and gives me a scrape and that.
Yeah.
I think you probably maybe need a bit of head and shoulders. I think that might work.
Head and shoulders.
Yeah.
Shoulders.
I can take you and buy some for you. Just to,
Well, as long as you rub it
Because I
in,
can also,
idea.
it works both ways. I can
Oh, yeah.
teach women to bag their millionaire husbands, and maybe
fair.
you
So
two.
I tell you what,
yeah.
I am looking for a millionaire bird.
Oh, he
like
is.
Katie Hopkins,
Oh God, they would
someone
love
like
you.
that. They
Yeah,
would
well,
love
she
me.
shags in a field, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
which field, and where can I see that?
Oh well, I'll tell you after.
I'll write it under a China
Right,
white.
China whites,
And then in the
other
field.
ones. It's all right.
Okay, well, look.
So, I mean, are you on any? Are you seeing anyone at the moment? You're single.
I'm always dating.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's on the internet.
I've tried every internet website you can think of.
Oh,
I go
right.
out and meet people. I'm very proactive when it comes to my dating.
Well,
so
if you want it,
have
you
to
go
be.
and get it.
But I also I date like a man. So I date different guys at sometimes I date more than one
What
guy
do
at
you
one
mean?
time.
Was that not washing your hands when you've been to the toilet?
that
Ew,
sort of thing.
never. You've got to wash your hands.
Eating all the
no,
fat
no,
off your
yeah,
pork
yeah.
chop.
Yeah, no.
Drinking a pint of Stella.
Yeah.
No.
Using off-colour language.
What do you like to drink?
I'm a light spirits type of girl. I'm a vodka stroke gin, obviously champagne.
Light spirits?
Yeah, I
Vodka
can't drink
gin?
dark spirits.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so I can't drink the whiskies.
Obviously
I had a
champagne.
bit of a bad experience when I was really young. They say really young, but I mean like when I was like
What, on
15,
whiskey?
16. Yeah, and it scarred me for life. So vodka gin.
How old are you now? You
wine.
have to ask.
Very young, 32, isn't it?
I am 32.
Yeah.
Very young.
You look much younger.
You do look much younger,
Thank
my
you,
sweet
guys.
angel.
Yeah, I
Pleasure.
like it.
Do you have any work done?
No, not yet.
No. But you're
I'm not
you're-
opposed.
No, you're not opposed.
Like
didn't think you would be.
I'm thinking like
By
I want to
choice.
go down the sort of Joan Collins
Yes,
route.
yes,
I want to be
yes.
like
Who wouldn't
fabulous
want
at
to?
80.
That's right.
So
Eating Snickers.
eating a Snickers bar in
We're
a
gonna
tight
change
dress.
it.
Yeah. So
Yeah, lovely.
I'm not opposed. Bring on the Botox.
Yeah, okay. What about the old lip fillers?
I don't need lip fillers.
No, you don't. No,
She's
you
got a
don't.
lovely pair of lips.
Yeah, that's
Really
the one
beautiful.
thing I'm really grateful for. I've got
You are.
lots of guys in particular always talk about my
Your
lips.
Yeah, lovely
Sure
lips.
they
Yeah,
do.
so-
Very, very, very attractive.
And
Like-
so, have you had men like recently say, "Come on, let's get it on," and you've gone, "Don't think so, mate." You know where you work,
you just
Cooper's
got
Live
10,
brand.
10 quid out of the cash machine. I saw you.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, guys always try their luck, but
they do.
like I said, even if he was a millionaire, you still have to act like a lady.
Oh, yeah.
Got to make them work for it.
All right.
However, after watching me on RV Rampage, that I'm not sure if there'll be any guys that will date me that will be left because I didn't look my best,
No.
sort of jumping out of a plane and
no.
in a helmet with a double chin, and they made me wear the most grotesque outfits because we were doing challenges where we could have died. So
They kept you honest.
yeah, they kept me, chip nail varnish, like makeup running down
some
my
men
face.
find that more attractive.
They do.
Yeah, some men do, but
Can,
my type of man.
can we try something now as a bit of an experiment, right?
I'd like to.
Because Angelos here is in the dating game, aren't you? You're single, you're looking for a loader.
Yeah,
you don't have a
no
lot
ring
of
on
money.
my finger.
No ring on his finger, right? Picture, if you will, we're at a sort of speed dating event.
Yes.
The lovely Nadia comes in, done up like a fucking dog's breakfast in there, and she sits down, and to her horror, you appear.
Oh, that's nice. Isn't
Now,
it? Oh, that's charming. isn't it?
How would you go? Let's see
Oh, yeah.
the tactics of finding out how much money he's got,
that's it.
and let's
Nice
see
one.
the courtship commence. Here we go.
Right, here we go. Speed dating. Go on. Hello, Nadia. My name's Angelos. It's so nice to meet you. Is there anything you'd like to know about me?
Do you have a black American Express card?
Well, I've got a train ticket which I can paint black and I can put American Express on it.
You've got post office
No
account.
problem at all. I've got premium bonds.
Premium bond.
How much premium? How
I've got a
many?
lottery ticket.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. And I have a lottery ticket for the lottery that hasn't yet been called out.
Very good.
So I could well be a millionaire.
Very good.
You could be in the future,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
in the future is when we'd probably go on a date.
Oh,
so
yeah. Yeah.
Do your
It's
chat
worth-
up. Do your
worth-
chat up, Lauren. Do that.
Where'd
chat.
you get that? Where'd you get that dress from?
Selfridges,
How much did it cost?
a lot,
How much though?
a lot of money, probably
Yeah.
£1,000.
Do your killer line.
How much money do you make?
That's it.
Enough to keep me happy.
But how much so?
I'm not really into talking about how much I make.
How much did you make
how
last
much?
month?
Enough to put some good food on my table and drink lots of wine.
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, like, just give us a ballpark figure.
Probably around £5.
£5. That's not bad, is it?
Going for the kill. Going for the kill.
Would you be interested in going out with someone that earns £37.50?
That's it. That's it. Done it.
On dole money.
Yeah, but he's not really earning. I don't think you should say that
Listen,
you earn
touche,
dole
touche.
I am
money
an entrepreneur, right?
for David Cameron.
No, if I didn't go and claim the benefits each week, I couldn't come up with me business
Yeah,
plans.
but you don't earn that money then.
Yeah, but I'm developing a new furry sink.
A furry sink.
Yes,
Okay.
exclusive furry sink that's going to cost about 30 grand.
Brilliant.
And when that takes off, mate,
When are you going to be on
I could
Dragon's
be
Den?
quids in.
You
I'm
could be.
going on Dragon's Den. I'm just talking to Theo Statitis at the moment about a new range of knickers that you can put pens in.
Why would I want to put pens in my knickers?
Good point.
Because it's...
You've lost her, mate.
Oh, I haven't lost it.
Oh,
I
she's
haven't lost
very...
it,
Oh,
mate.
go on, then. Go on,
A little holder to put some lipstick in, perhaps.
Thank you, that's what I meant, lipstick.
Yeah, maybe that
and
could
a
work.
pen.
And in fact, I'm not
Tape
going to give you any
measure.
more ideas because I might go on Dragon's Den myself
With
with those
that?
ideas. Yeah,
Oh.
I think I'm a little bit,
Mate, she's ahead of the game.
Yeah,
I don't
Good,
think
isn't she? I'm
on point.
she's good.
I think you got that lipstick idea off my knickers with pens idea. So I think I'll be
I-
seeing you in court,
Yeah,
Nadia.
seeing
yeah, that's fine. I don't think they'd let you in. So
Oh, they let me in, mate. I've been to court more times than you could.
know the
adult
judges.
dinners.
It hasn't worked. It's been a
It
disaster.
has been.
But in the meantime, it's Nadia Essex.
Good luck with our
Good luck
rampage.
with RV
And good
Rampage.
luck with rampaging around the bars of the West City and West End and finding
But
yourself a millionaire.
Thank you.
To
Get out and go on the Barbados
just
with.
win, yes. Nadia, it's the 26th of May. It's called RV Rampage. Thank you for coming in. Oh, wonderful. Best guest we've had. Best guest we've ever had.
We have some twats on.
I need to do like that.
I'm a Slave for You by Britney Spears.
Oh, it was Spears.
What happened to her?
She was photographed
Oh, that's right.
coming out of a car with no drawers on.
By paparazzi.
That's
isn't it?
what happened to her.
I'd love to get paparazzi on the phone.
Well, I'm sure he
Not
could sort
or in the
that out.
studio.
Just, I mean, he'll have seen some arses, won't he?
Oh, I bet.
The amount of arses he's had to
Well,
see.
absolutely. Well, he worked for Piers Morgan for long enough.
Oh,
so-
well, he had one
in
arse
his
staring in
face all
his
the
face.
time. From the Watford Observer, the Bushy Radley Aldenham section, a lady from Radley has joined forces with Alan Titchmarsh this week for the Royal Horticultural Society Chelsea Flower Show.
Okay.
So you work with him. And I was just going to say to you, first of all, have you ever been to the Chelsea Flower Show?
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
And
I've been there.
Secondly, the other one that all them type go to is the Ideal Home exhibition in
I've been there.
Earl's Court.
I've been to the Ideal Home exhibition.
And what ideal home did you see there that you would like to have?
Well,
Oh.
it doesn't work like that,
Does it
Barry.
not?
No. What they have in there is all these stands with all these gadgets and gizmos, like the Jamie Oliver salad shaker with
Oh,
a
yes.
ball in it.
Nice.
All these things that you look at and you go,
I need that.
who the fuck would need that?
Yeah.
You see, but you end up buying it anyway because you're there and
Yes.
you've paid your money to get in, and you think, well, I should come away with something, even if it's small. Here, just get me a spatula.
Yeah.
So you buy yourself a spatula.
Yeah.
But, so the ideal home, and it says the ideal home exhibition, what you're doing is you're creating your ideal home. But
Oh, I see.
if I could have any home in the world, I'd have myself a council flat in Neasden.
Oh, yeah.
But crucially, I wouldn't pay a penny for it. The government would pay all the bills. They'd pay the rent. Right? If anything went wrong with it, they would pay for it. That would be my idea.
Okay, well, pardon the stupidity,
Yeah,
but
go
is
on.
that not the situation you currently find yourself in?
No.
Ah.
At the moment, I am staying in a council flat, but I have to go down to the bloody benefit office.
God.
Right, once every 2 weeks.
Yes.
And sign on for housing benefit. Money I am giving away that I could be using to get me new DJ equipment.
Yeah, go on the fruity.
Yeah, go on the fruit machine. I could be sticking on the horses. But no.
These people
expect me to pay rent with it, right? Why don't they just bypass it and just let me stay there for nothing, and then I could be making this country some money, contributions to the gross domestic product by banging it in the fruit machine and getting a good return.
Absolutely right.
But they don't want to listen to my campaigns.
Well, you've written in enough times, haven't you?
Bloody times have I written in.
What was your campaign for eradicating, the debt of this country since 2008? What was that one you sent in?
Well, I sent in a letter to them and say, listen, have you ever thought about doing this, right?
Bring and buy sale.
Just like, get everything you've got in your house.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and just like go out in the front street and sell it all, and then that should do something.
It's a gesture.
I said that should do something, and then they didn't hear back from me. So I sent them another one saying, have you ever thought about telling everyone to stop spending as much money as what they were spending before?
Oh.
Yeah, no, and they didn't get back to me about that neither. And in the end, I just stopped bothering.
You know, they would.
Because so many bloody times I can keep trying, banging my head against the wall.
Exactly. I mean, remember when you and me put together our manifesto about global warming?
Yeah, exactly.
Stand in the fridge for 20 minutes a day, that should do something to cool things down.
Polar bears, all about polar bears.
Save the polar bears, we just wrote it down, save polar bears.
Oh, is that what you meant?
When we wrote our thing in,
yeah, I know, but I didn't. I said get rid of them because you get anywhere near a polar bear, mate, and they'll rip your arm off.
They're savage. Yeah, we don't need them.
No. And I thought that might save the country a few quid.
Get rid of all bees.
Yes.
We don't like bees in the summer.
They sting your face and they get all around your Coke bottle when you're having a picnic.
Exactly.
So I said get rid of them.
And we've had no response from any of this stuff.
Rude.
Very, very rude.
Very inconsiderate. What about you, though? What would be your ideal home?
Ideal home for me would be one with a swimming pool. I do like a swimming pool. That would be a first stop.
Just lying there.
Lying there.
All your skin can come off.
I'd like a jacuzzi.
Oh, with the bubbles and the farting.
With a bubbly thing.
Well, you can fart when no one knows.
No one knows. I would like some sort of, those steam rooms.
Oh, I know.
I'd like one of them.
Like a laundrette.
A laundrette type thing, because you can steam yourself, opens your pores and that.
Yeah, that's it.
And also hang up any washing.
Your washing, your knickers.
And I'd like something with what I call a cinema, an inbuilt cinema, a home cinema. Home cinema where you don't have kids kicking the back of your chair.
Yeah.
You can have your own popcorn.
Yeah, still charge myself 10 quid to go in.
Go in there.
And charge Margaret for popcorn.
I would charge a nominal fee of £3. Make it very realistic.
Yeah, no,
£3.50
only
to see
what
the
you
film.
can afford.
£462 for some popcorn and 2 ounces of pick and mix.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you, you see.
Yeah.
Showing all the canon of the carry-ons. Carry on screaming.
Yeah.
Carry on crying. Carry on laughing.
Carry on mucking about.
Carry on mucking about.
Carry on innuendo.
Carry on innuendo. Carry on gay jokes. Carry on poo jokes.
Carry on knob gags.
Carry on knob gags. Carry on
Carry on falling over.
Carry on falling over.
Carry on
standing
speeding up some of the film.
Carry on Barbara Windsor.
Carry on sound effects that sound like sex.
Carry on.
Carry on that.
Carry on emotionally, sexually immature nation. Carry on
emotional
retards. Carry on xenophobia.
Carry on sexism.
Carry on
Carry on
that's it.
immature treatment of women.
Yeah. Carry on.
Carry on man children.
Yeah. That's it. Carry on emotional stuntedness. You know, any of
That sort
those.
stuff, isn't it? Yeah. They did make loads of them, didn't
Oh, they did.
they? Yeah.
I liked that lovely one. What was it? Carry on cottaging.
Oh, yeah.
With what's his
I
name?
know. Yeah.
Who was the little one? I said his name earlier, didn't I?
Kenny Scholar.
No, the one who done the cottaging, obviously.
Oh, paparazzi.
No, not paparazzi.
No.
Anyway, I said his name. It's probably libelous anyway, so I'm not going to
Who
say.
was it? The cottager?
One of them used to go in cottaging.
Oh, Hawtrey.
Hawtrey. Apparently, Charles Hawtrey went
He's
in for that.
cottager.
It must have been terrible if you're having a wee in there. You look round, there's Charles Hawtrey looking sexy with his dingle dangle hanging out, going, wah, wah, wow.
You'd feel like you was in a carry-on film. Drinking a bottle of
But
Isle
who's
Whites.
this? Oh, yes. Stick your penis through the glory hole. Wah, 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 wow.
Lovely.
That would have been terrible. And who's this? Oh, it's Jim Dale. Ah, please suck it. Ah! Wouldn't that have been terrible?
Who's coming in the door now? It's Sir James. Get on that.
I love that carrying on cottaging. Wasn't that lovely?
Yeah.
And it was old Bernard
know,
Breslau
they-
as the comedy policeman.
Oh, hello.
What's going on here?
Hello, Sid. Will you step outside, Sid?
Sid, I had reason to believe you were tugging that man's penis in a cubicle. It's lovely, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Do you remember Fenella Fielding was in it? And she played the chief inspector.
Yeah.
And she come in, slipped on some piss and banged her head on the porcelain.
That's right.
Hilarious,
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah, it was very
So that was Carry On Cottaging, 1964.
Oh, lovely.
That's
Lovely.
lovely.
Often overlooked.
Oh, it was lovely.
That one. You
one.
walk along Pinewood Studios, you don't see that picture on
Don't
the
see
wall.
the pictures on the wall,
No,
do
there's
you?
no blue plaque on the little
They don't mention
taxi
it.
drivers' bogs in Amsterdam where they filmed it.
Well, Terry Scott, of course, he done the whole. I mean, after that, you know, he became so. Though that whole canon of films,
Yeah.
of you know,
Joan!
Joan, the boss is coming round, and I'm going to lure him into our toilet upstairs.
Joan!
Stick my golf clubs up my ass,
Joan!
If any of the Terry Scott estate
Estate
are
are
listening,
listening to that.
make it perfectly clear, at no
Sorry.
point in Terry and June, the BBC One hit comedy of the 70s and 80s,
Did they
Terry
ever do
Scott,
an
did they ever
episode
do
about
that?
cottaging?
No, I
Or
would like
sticking
to
golf clubs up his arse?
And June Whitfield's character is entirely spotless,
Yes.
and at no point has June Whitfield ever been in a gents'
Yes.
toilet
Yes?
doing anything of that nature. Right.
Okay. Covered.
Covered. Legally. You must always be very, very careful
Oh, you have
what
to be
you
careful,
suggest.
that's right,
What have we
exactly.
suggested on this show that we've had to retract
Really?
later?
Oh,
Well, we've had some dodgy
yeah,
things.
really
haven't we?
awful stuff. But I think if I mentioned it again now, we'd have to take it back again.
We would have to. But
So,
we suggest that Britney Spears had left her drawers off for paparazzi to photograph her?
I think we did suggest that.
Well, I would like to make it perfectly clear that that never happened.
Well, I don't know about that because I quite like to go to court to meet her.
Perhaps she'd have to produce the
She'd have to show,
Growler on
she'd have to
stage.
show something, wouldn't she? I'm willing to go to court over that one to
Britney-
meet her. You know,
as an expert, as exhibit A,
exhibit A,
Britney Spears chuff,
her drawers.
her drawers.
Have a look at them. Anyway, okay.
This is a cracker, this one. Remember this one, Supergrass, Richard III.
Oh, lovely.
We love this
Historical
one.
song, this
It's a
one.
historical song. Oh, it's kicked off! Ah! Oh,
No, it's still going.
it's still going. Thought it finished.
Still going.
I think we got the basic idea. Right, anyway, that's Richard III, Supergrass.
And look out for their new album, Love's Labour's Lost.
Yes. Oh, that's it.
There we go.
There we go. And on the line, we got someone, I don't know what he wants. What's his name?
Jim.
Jim. And I don't know whether...
Hello.
Oh, just a minute.
Hold
Don't
on,
jump
Jim.
the
We haven't
gun.
finished
Jesus
saying
Christ.
who you are.
Right,
it's Jim.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, I'm still speaking.
Still speaking,
Jesus.
Jim.
Right, so...
This is not going well.
Terrible start. On the line. Yeah. On the... Yeah. On the... Yeah. On the... Yeah, right. Let me... Right. On the line, we've
Hello.
got... Yes, hello. On the
shite.
line, we've got someone called Jim. We don't know whether he's got a problem. He just wants to tell us something.
Yeah, I can already
whatever.
tell you he has got a problem.
He has got a problem. He's very rude. He's on the line. Jim, what's up?
What is your problem?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Barry.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Hello.
Well, I want to tell you about my favourite thing,
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus.
which is Bombay Mix.
Oh, good
Right, go on
point.
then.
Yeah.
You've got a minute to tell us
I
about
just had a Bombay
Mix.
Mix in a hotel,
Yes.
had a glass of champagne,
Oh,
with a voucher at the West End Hotel.
A voucher, did you say?
Yeah, a voucher.
A
And
voucher?
Bombay Mix. I was trying to talk about the quality of Bombay Mix
Hold on.
in London.
Let's go back a minute. What's this voucher you had?
I had a voucher for a glass of champagne, glass of poo.
Where'd you get that from?
I got sent it.
Oh. And you chose today to go in there and... Right, I'm having it. I'm having a glass of champagne.
Funny time to go in and enjoy a champagne and some
Yeah.
Bombay Mix.
It was just a small one, and then they brought out the little, the nuts, or
I
it should be the
understand,
nuts, but
I
there was
understand.
Bombay Mix.
Yeah.
How far did you drive to get this glass of champagne?
Oh no, I walked.
How far?
About a mile.
Good God.
You walked a mile to get a free glass of champagne?
Yes, I know.
Are you a working man or student or late?
Yeah, I worked in the morning. No, I worked this morning, so I did a morning shift, and I finished, and I just said to a workmate, I've got a voucher for a glass of champagne, she fancies coming for a glass.
Where were you working?
Well, I was working
Yeah.
Yes.
in an office in Leicester Square.
Oh, all right. Pardon us for sounding stupid. Just asking.
Just asking, mate.
Oh, pardon
What are you doing in
us.
this office?
In an office, of course, in Leicester Square.
So what, you work for the council?
Oh, we're supposed to guess that.
No, it's not a council, it's just doing data entry.
Oh,
Oh,
fucking
God, that
hell.
sounds awful.
Yeah, it was really boring. That's why I needed the poo.
Yes.
Who?
It's all for
Does she have shampoo?
He didn't literally defecate in the
I was going to
glass.
say, because, I've heard of some jobs having funny effects on you, but you usually don't have to take a dump.
No, just a glass of, like for sure, a glass of poo.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, didn't know that,
Yeah,
but anyway, go on.
no idea. We don't come from the same circles, Jim.
No, we don't.
Presumably you can't do data entry if you're pissed.
No, absolutely not. No, I'm not going back till tomorrow.
Yeah, good for you.
Good on you.
Now, what was the problem with the Bombay Mix?
Well, it was just a bit, I guess, stale,
Oh, dear.
You will
a
get
bit
this.
chewy.
You will get
And I
this.
think a Bombay Mix should have a bit of spice in it, and it didn't really have any spice. Maybe it was a
Okay.
bit
Well,
old.
they're giving away champagne, mate. They can't afford to be buying fresh Bombay Mix every day.
Let me write this down for Angelos. He's been in for a poo in a glass. He's done that. He bunked off work to do that. It seems a strange thing to do with the myriad of things you could do in London.
Do you think the Japanese are bunking off work
Having
at
a
the
shit in a
moment, having a
glass?
shit in a glass,
No, they're not.
drinking it? Yeah,
Do you think the
No, I
Germans...
don't.
Germans
The
are doing
Japanese,
that.
no.
exactly.
they're
That's
not.
why their economy's thriving,
Thriving.
mate, flourishing. We're going down a pan because people like you bunking off work and getting pissed,
and having a shit in
having
a
a shit
glass.
in a glass and eating stale Bombay Mix. Anyway, write down the problem, please.
Sorry.
Barrett.
Okay, so I've written down, gentlemen, we should have known, apparently he works in an office in Leicester Square.
Data entry.
Data entry,
whatever that
glass of
means.
champagne, Bombay Mix stale. Angelos, what's your opinion?
I would say, Jim, next time you find yourself in a situation where you're walking into an hotel to get a free glass of champagne,
Yes.
take your own bloody Bombay Mix. How about
Oh,
that?
that's an idea.
Yeah, pop
Where
in
do I,
it.
Angelos,
What?
Angelos, where do I get it from?
How
though?
go to the newsagents,
News
Jim?
agent.
Who are you, thick? Honestly, or else go into an Indian restaurant. You can go to the Bengal Tiger or Curry's or
Chutney Mary's.
Chutney Mary's or the Bombay Bus Club.
Holy Cow. Holy Cow's my local takeaway.
All right, mate. All right.
Oh, sorry.
All right, go in there and then just nick it off the table.
Put it in your pocket.
Put it in your pocket. Walk to the restaurant or the hotel, hand your voucher over, and then sit there and nibble your own nuts.
And can I make my suggestion is simply this. When you next get a voucher for a small glass of champagne plus some cheap Bombay mix, and you've left work early to walk what, by your own admission, was a mile.
It's a long way.
For this, as you're walking past the occasional shop window, catch your reflection. Maybe stop just for a second, take a long, hard look at yourself, and wonder where it all went wrong, Jim.
I'm buying a phone box now, and that's got a little bit of...
Yeah, just see if you can see. Can you see?
Can you have a look at your reflection?
Can you see reflection?
Can you see what's staring back
God,
at
I look
you,
tired.
mate?
Yeah,
that's
it's
right.
not tiredness, mate. It's desperation,
That's
and
what it is.
It's
It
a
is.
lack of direction, mate, more than anything.
Yeah, it's a lack of
I'm a
hope.
bit lost,
It's a lack
actually.
of hope. What?
You are a bit lost.
I'm a
aren't you?
bit lost.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
That's
Which
it.
way do you go from... You know, which way you go from Cambridge Circus?
Oh, good
Well,
question.
where are you trying to get to?
To Leicester
Trying
Square.
to get to... no, I'm not trying to get... No, don't get back there. No, I want to go up to Oxford Street.
We'll just go
Cambridge
straight up at Charing
Circus.
Cross Road.
And take a left.
Take a left when you get... Well, you have to go round the roadworks now because he's all buggered
That's
up
annoying,
there.
isn't it? What are they building there? A fun park?
Crossrail.
It's been going on forever, hasn't it?
Crossrail.
Amount of times I've walked up... In a minute, Jim. Be back with you.
Crossrail.
Amount of time... Yeah, I've been amount of times... Crossrail. I've been walking up the road and thought, we'll be there in a minute.
Crossrail.
And sure enough, why is that? What they're building there, Angelos?
Crossrail.
Oh, Crossrail.
Which I think, as I understand it, is a massive roller coaster.
Fantastic.
It'd be like Margate, Ben Bomb
Oh, I
Brothers.
love that old Ben Bomb. What the bloody hell is going on?
Jim, what's that?
Is that the Bombay mix repeating on you?
Is that an helium balloon?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think that's just like a Blues and Tears going. It's just like London, like craziness. It's so busy. Everyone's out in the rain and just going for it.
Blues and twos.
Blues and twos, is it?
Blues and Tears.
Blues
and
and
twos.
twos. Is that a slang term for coppers?
But no, that's just like emergencies, isn't it?
Yeah, it is
Okay,
emergency.
Jim. And that's exactly what we've got here.
Jim, we're going to phone the radio police ourselves now to try and rescue this
the last
show
10 minutes of
from
this
the hostage
show.
that is this phone call. And,
Rescue me.
mate,
No.
you can call again. I like to.
Yeah, we'd like to talk to
Oh,
you
thanks.
again.
Will you
can come
phone
in if you
again?
want.
You can come in.
Yeah, you're the best on Fubar, by the way.
Yes!
Have you? Who else have you listened to?
I heard Dustin once on an afternoon thing, and also Joey Page.
Joey Page, Justin, yeah, okay.
Fine broadcasters.
Fine broadcasters. But as
Yeah,
you
so
say...
that's it, that's my
Who's
top.
the best?
Who's the best again?
Who's the
What did
best?
you say?
It's obviously Angelos and Barry from the Watfords.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I know what you mean, but the others are trying. Give them their due. you know.
They're doing what they can.
We're just doing... Look, you know,
Street
if it befalls to us...
I mean, it's
to-
not a competition, is it, Barry?
It's not a competition, but if we're keeping this thing going, so be it.
So be it.
You know, we're just...
If
We
we're
turn our
keeping
bit,
people
you know.
paying
We're
their
going to keep the
dues.
radio station afloat, then so be it.
Let me tell you, Jim, there's a free glass of champagne in that for you after those
Oh,
fine
yeah.
comments
Yeah.
and some Bombay mix. I mean, it's been in the cupboard for about 3 months, but you're used to that.
Please come in to collect your rewards, your gift from us. The top show on Fubar Radio, available on the internet, etc.
I'll start walking now.
Please
All
start.
right,
We've nearly finished, but yeah, come here. We won't be. But
won't be here.
Wonderful to hear from you. Will you phone again next week?
Yeah, of course I will.
Liked him. Nice.
Yeah, nice fella, yeah.
Bye-bye.
Harmless.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jim.
Bye-bye, Jim. Bye-bye,
Bye-bye.
Jim.
Wonderful.
Wasn't he lovely? So,
Harmless,
just to
mate.
recap,
Harmless.
that's
Angelos and Barry on Fubar Radio.
the best show on the show.
on
Sorry,
the Fubar.
who was it again? It was...
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio.
The echo.
with the echo.
I
Anyway,
like the one with the echo.
I like the one with the echo.
Who's put that echo on? Did
This is-
they record that in the valley?
In the valley. I think this is a new one. What's this one? Hold on. What's this?
Barry and Angelos on Fubar Radio. Tweet us at Fubar Radio.
My God.
That's hardcore, isn't it? Lager.
Bit long.
It's lager.
Anyway.
That's the lager song, isn't it?
Right, I'll just do one. Oh, no, that's a bit... They're all a bit...
Do it another one. Do another one.
Do you want to hear another
I
one,
wanna hear- I
everyone?
wanna hear any of them, have I?
Yeah.
Oh, listen to the song.
Angelos and Barry on Fubar Radio.
Oh, I see.
Like
Yeah, so
that.
what they've done is just taken popular songs and
Played
said
it in the background.
Angelos and Barry over it.
Yeah.
I could have done that.
I could have done that and all, but we can't do everything.
No,
we can't
be
keep the
across
radio
everything.
station afloat and do everything and
Although
play.
we are doing that.
We are doing that, yeah, that's true.
Should be
Now, look,
duly recognised.
the big question is whether we play a song now or we talk for a bit more, then play a song on the way out. So I'll tell you what we're going to do.
I don't
We're just gonna fill for a second,
Oh.
and then we're going. Now I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to talk about who's on next week.
Oh, yes.
We had a sniff. I'm not going to say in case they don't turn up, but that is true. We did have a sniff.
Should I have a little sniff?
A little sniff of someone who might be in next week.
Oh, yeah.
You know the man who plays James Bond? It's not him.
Oh, Lazenby.
George Lazenby is not coming in.
Oh, he's not coming in.
Let
Let me have another guess.
Kinky D is not coming in.
Oh,
Kinky D can't make it.
can't make it.
Where Meatloaf as
He's surely. We don't want him.
we don't want Meatloaf.
What about Janet Street Porter?
She
I've been
can't
trying
come
to get her on here for months.
We've had all McCriddick
We've had
let
him.
himself down last time.
himself down.
We got all manner
Colin Salmon.
of Colin Salmond.
Yeah,
Who is he again?
I don't know.
Okay.
What about the other salmon, the Scottish salmon?
Alex Salmond.
Can we get him on?
We
I've got a few things to say to him.
yeah, and we might
Devolution. I want to talk about devolution.
we might talk about devolution next week.
Yes, we talk about it anyway,
We've-
even if the salmon doesn't come in.
We're talked about is the word.
Yeah.
Ecology,
Oh, yeah.
politics,
Politics.
economics.
Yeah.
The equality of the sexes. We've had with that nice lady who was in earlier.
Innuendo.
We've talked about innuendo.
And we talked
It's
about
about
Rabbit.
rabbit. We talked about all sorts of things
We
today.
covered it all, haven't we?
But we haven't
Broad
talked about
damage.
devolution.
No.
So next week,
That's going to be the hot topic.
it's the devolution special with one of the salmons.
Oh, we must talk about Europe as well. The elephants in the room.
Europe as well, the hot topics.
Yeah. Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage, and we'll be playing all the hits.
All the hits. From
And
Nigel
From
Farage.
Nigel Farage
Onwards.
and his English band of gentlemen.
Folk music.
Farage will be bringing in some Morris dancers.
Yes, he will.
And we will also have
And some racists.
Jacques Delors here.
And Jacques Clouseau.
And
what's the
Jacques
underwater fella?
Peretti Piero from Curiosity Killed the Cat.
Jacques Cousteau.
We will be having Jack Hargreaves off of How.
We will be having Jack the Lad.
We will-
the confident fella.
Yes. We will be having Jack. What's his name? He used to do the Flash adverts. Jack Howard.
Oh, okay.
What was his name? Carl.
don't know.
His name was Carl Howard.
Frero Jacques.
We'll be having Frero Rocher.
Yes.
We're having the ambassador off of those commercials.
Then we're going to have the bloke that designed the house that they were filmed in.
Yeah, well,
he's coming in.
He's coming in. We'll be having...
The director of the adverts.
The second assistant director's cousin is coming in, who we met at a party.
That's a very similar function to them Ferrero Rocher.
And what a shit party that would be. No booze, just loads of horrible chocolate.
Melted.
With Rice Krispies in them.
Gutting cheap muck.
Cheap muck,
wasn't it?
Foreign Swiss muck.
European muck.
Ambassador, you're spoiling us. Am I really? I've not provided any booze.
What were these, like, Snickers in a ball?
What were these Snickers in a ball?
Honestly, I'm not
You're
spoiling.
easily pleased, mate, aren't you?
Fuck all.
You're easily pleased. We're
Who else you coming on?
Well, we got this gentleman. He's going to be coming on from the Happy Mondays.
Oh,
we've got Kinky Afro coming. He's coming.
You couldn't get Kinky D.
Couldn't get Kinky D.
Got Kinky Afro.
We've got Kinky Afro. And until next time, my friends.
Oh yeah.
Be nice to each other.
If you can't be nice to each other, then
it's probably
that's fair enough.
Yeah. Angelos, have you enjoyed yourself?
Yeah, I think on balance, I have. I've had a good time. What about you, Barry?
I've had a lovely time, and I think it was funny, wasn't it?
It was funny.
It was a
nice
funny one today.
Kinky Afro.
Kinky Afro. What you can do now?
Going to London for a meal deal. What about you, Barry?